it deeper. Oh, girl talk, we gather round, stories to unfold, beauty, tips, and laughter, secrets to be told. Messy gossip flows like tea, hot and fresh each week. Living like we're shining bright, our one is what we seek. Spill the tea, just you and me, laughing through the night, smiling and free. Spill the tea, just you and me, laughing through the night.
Girl, did you hear what she did last summer? With a style and charm, she's a stunner. Flipping through classic, the latest craze. Trying to cook, oh how they dazzle they we keep it real, spilling the truth. In a circle of acquaintances, always from lipstick shades. So let's we sharing the vibe, feel the angelic breeze. Page by page, we turn our worlds. Sisterhood strong and life unfurled.
Hey, ladies and gents. It's Saturday off Sunday, and we're taking it back. It's going to be a throwback. Short call from Shirley and Ernesto. It's one of those free 5-minute calls. And then we have Sour Lemon, a.k.a. Cynthia and Ernesto. But it's an oldie. It's a throwback. Just want to let y'all know before we get into the shenanigans. How's everybody doing? I missed you guys. Oh, yesterday, chill. I forgot. Here in the Sunshine State, honey, on May 20th is Florida's Emancipation Day. Y'all know it as Juneteenth in Texas, but here in Florida, it's May 20th. Okay, we call it May Day here in Florida. And baby, people were celebrating this weekend. I had family to come in because my family on my mom's side do a big celebration all weekend. Depending on how May 20th falls this time, since it's on a Tuesday, they did it this weekend. So I had my family calling me, child. I had to pop out. I had to pop out, but I'm back. They get ready to go home, wrap it up. Church was at 11. So things are winding down. So baby, I had to come over here on the porch because I missed y'all. Well, what's been going on? We still got to talk about Diddy. I'm going to try to come back tonight just to talk about Diddy because we are starting a new week. Okay, what is this, week 2? Yeah, week 2. It seems like this trial's been going on much longer than it has. Last week was the first week. They got all the way up to Dawn from Danity Kane making the band. I saw that she was on the stand on Friday. So I'm gonna try to come back. And I have a request. I actually have 2 requests I need to fulfill on next week. So that's the plan. Since we talking about set it off Sunday, that's the plan. How's everyone doing? Let me speak to everybody in the chat. See what y'all talking about. Oh, I see some food. Yeah, see it. Oh, I can't wait to read her menu for today. Hey, Miss Buckeye 99. Welcome. Hey, Mods. Chat everybody. Happy Sunday. Hey, Complicated. Hey, Cross Country Cruise. Her. Hey, Vic to the Veil. What's up, little sis? I seen you over there in members cutting up. I know you got some ish to talk about. Hey, LC, baby. My eyes went straight to your comment. She in the bushes, y'all. She cooking real mashed potatoes, baby. That means she peeled the potatoes. She smashed and mashed them. I don't know what her secret recipe is, so I'm gonna skip that. Salmon and asparagus. Okay, okay. That sounds yummy. Hey Chanel, how are you? Hey Tasha B. Tasha B say, hey front porch crew. Hey Sammy Cake. Hey, ain't no fun when the rabbit got the pow pow. Hey Patty Patty. Hey Rat. Okay, I'm at the bottom of the chat. It's still early. Notification gang be a little slow. For the ones in members, I try to read y'all comments. What y'all thought about Brother Dion and the Big Hip Crew? Okay, as my big sis, I said what I said, call him. What did y'all think about him and the Big Hip Crew? Hey, uniquely Sonya, RN, PhD. Welcome to the chat. Now, this is what I think. He got friends that's alive and well and breathing with a pulse. Okay. This can't be the ones he be crying on the phone to when daddy called, right? And they was all, jumping on the phone. They sounded happy, young and free. Okay. But did y'all catch at the beginning of the call when he said, I thought you was my daddy calling me. He better go sit down somewhere. Did y'all catch that part? Hey, AK, F350. Hey, Miss JEJ. I was just recapping a few things that's in members too. You guys get y'all notifications. Sorry, y'all, I got a message pop up. Oh my God. Hey, Karen. Hey, Miss E. Happy Sunday. Thanks to Miss E and Victor the Veil. My mods, my mods, my mods. Who need a man when I got mods? Welcome, everyone. Um, the clothing line. Okay, we heard them talk a little bit about one of their friends that seems like they may be very gifted and talented, and was designing their own clothing. I sensed a little shade with that. It's right at the beginning, Patty Patty. It's right at the beginning when he first answered the call. Go listen real quick and come right back. It's literally right in the first minute, I would say, of that call. And they were talking about the clothing line and how they homeboy, he wear the clothes. I mean, but that's what you're supposed to do, right? It's advertisement. So when somebody come up to you and say, hey, where you get that from? He can say, oh, this is for me, by me, like Mr. Fubu, right? This is from me, by me. Okay, I'm the originator here. I'm custom design clothing. And from there, so he's marketing, he's advertising, and he wears his own brand. I didn't see anything wrong with that. But where I'm going with this, did little brother Dion steal that his homie idea? Because now he claimed he got a clothing line. That was my point. Okay, Pat said she's gonna run and come right back. Oh, why I wait too? Well, let me get the video up because we're gonna listen to Miss Shirley first. It's a free call, 5 minutes. And then we will listen to our second call. Okay. Hey Harriet, happy Sunday. We'll give them to the 10-minute mark, guys, and Petty Patty should be back by the end. Because it's really right at the beginning of the call. And a lot of y'all said, I need a translator. I don't speak country. I was too tickled. I was like, child, they was talking about they was just jumping from subject to subject. They didn't really stay on anything too long, but I understood for the most part what was going on. Dion was putting a foot on the okay, on that gas. He had that engine roaring. Okay. Make sure I'm ready, set, go. Okay, we are. Yes, I need your commentary, Lady T-Bug. Y'all, I'm here for you, AK. It was hard to understand them. I was laughing at y'all comments. Okay, the friend was so excited to hear that engine roar. He told me one more time, one more time. Hey, go get her. He was super happy. Okay, there she goes. She back. Patty is back. Patty, you missed that part. I said the shade. He said, I'm sick of my daddy calling me. Oh, you better go sit down some damn well. I was like, really, Dion? Dion said all he doing is punching buttons. Okay, let me remove this banner. And we gonna get into it. First up, Miss Shirley. This is a short one, probably about 6 minutes. And Shirley said, where you gonna get that money from? Because you got all these plans. But where you gonna get this money from? Okay. I got y'all some new material, a new video. I got a request on one of the videos to hear the audio, so I got to work on that. I had to dig down in the damn crates to be able to find those videos that I use in members. We need a mushologist and a backwood interpreter. It's the ignorance for Karen. Karen said, "Baby, we need a translator. We in a foreign country." Okay, let me make sure it's all the way back. All right, guys, let's go.
Hello?
Hi, hon.
You out there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
No, I'm saying y'all gone.
Going where?
And he had like $18 on there, Patty.
Oh, yeah. I'm just getting back.
That was quick.
Yeah, we only saw a couple of places, but that's okay.
Okay, did you like them?
Okay, AK.
One, yeah, but we're along. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, I found something. Mhm.
Okay. I talked to my folks yesterday. Funny person.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is like my third time talking to them, but they act like Gary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I think at this point he may have been talking about Krell. Because I was trying to think who else has he been talking about that reminds him of Gary with the T. So I'm thinking that it's somebody that he thinks either sound like Gary with the T or either they're gay. So my guess is Krell, and this is 2022. Okay. Hey, honey, say that. Hey, Gina. Hey, Linda. Thank you, Patty. I'm apartment hunting right now. Too, Sherry. Or is that supposed to be Shirley, Miss E? Thank y'all. Because that's what I was going to say. I believe it's Krill. Thank y'all. Y'all with me.
Yeah, they act like Gary. Yeah, I peeped that.
That's so damn
I had
funny.
a hint last time, but I really peeped it yesterday. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he shared a few conversations with me. Yesterday.
Okay.
And I said, well, damn, all the people can get close to some folks like that and open up like that. Here's them kind of people. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah, that was funny. So we're going to see.
What?
We're going to see. So he broke it down.
Oh, Shirley's so confused.
Even more. Yeah, I guess they had to go back to the drawing board some more. Yeah. But that
Mhm.
makes sense what they were saying.
For me,
Yes.
yeah. Where's all this money coming from?
ATD
Oh, we're
will.
not spending no money like that now. I'm telling you that right now.
Shirley said, for me, who got to go back to the drawing board? Are you talking about Wa? Are you talking about Uno? Are you talking about me? And when he confirmed it, she like, well, where's all this money coming from? Because the well is running dry over here. So I hear you say you got a master plan, but do you have unlimited funds to finance this plan? Because I don't. I do not. Let me run it back just in case y'all missed it.
Yeah. Where's all this money coming from?
Oh, we're not spending no money like that now. I'm telling you that right now. We're not
He is
doing that.
not.
I already spent that
Well,
yesterday.
But I mean, that's the only way that can happen.
No, that's not
Hey,
true.
hey, let's talk
That's
about
not
it
true.
all.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
that's not true. We're not doing nothing until the end of the month. You know what I'm saying? What they told me. They told
But what Shirley is saying, she don't give a damn if it's today, tomorrow, yesteryears, the beginning, middle, or end of the month. Where is the money coming from? It doesn't matter the time, place, or whatever's in your mind. The money is the money, and it's her money. So where is it coming from? Period. Because on the last call, we heard them talk about money in our timeline series. Shirley was saying she'll pay BC when she pay him. And she wasn't going to pay him to the end of the month. So now, if he has switched attorneys and he's with Crail, there's still the same issue. It doesn't matter when it is or when they want to be paid. She's saying, show me the money. Where do the money reside? Period.
me in the month. I should be already.
Do you have a
Okay.
check coming in at the end of the month?
Yeah.
Hey,
All right.
tell the truth.
Yeah. But anyway, so you good then? This is a free call, so.
Yeah. Just think back to where I first was,
I got you.
and that's probably where I'm headed.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
She is so not
Okay,
interested.
cool then. Wonderful. Everything gonna be just fine. Wonderful.
Okay. honey.
You feeling
Yeah.
better today?
Right, with no money.
Yeah. I feel better.
Okay,
Happy
good. Sun is
Sunday.
out.
Not over here. Not over here.
It
Hey,
ain't?
allegedly
Oh.
in Harmon.
It's gloomy. It's but it's okay. It is what it is. You know, it's a new day. It's a beautiful day. We're healthy. We're alive. We're strong. It's cool. God's got us.
Yeah, absolutely. So right about that. Yeah,
hmm
so right about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you talk to Lamont?
Yeah, I did talk to him. I talked to him. Yeah, I did.
Mm-hmm.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
He's
ain't
been
trying to switch out
out
no
and
cars
about.
and
So
no
that's
trucks.
good for him. I mean, he's single. He could do whatever he wants to do.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that
Mhm.
is true. Oh, that's very, very
Mhm.
true.
Yeah. Live his best life. Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
Well, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling. I'm feeling okay. I took me a good hot shower, so somebody ain't got.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Say it again. You're feeling okay, but what?
I took me a hot shower, so I feel better.
Oh, good.
Somebody can't take no shot at water cut off today.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Put
that's
it
true.
on TV.
Look at him. He's so, but I feel good. I was able to get in the shower without having to watch my back and drop the soap. But I'm blessed and highly favored on this Sunday because somebody out there didn't have water to take their shower. Ninja, you in jail. Why you always try to compare yourself to someone else that may be out here doing well, just had, some shortfalls, had some financial issues, and they're unable to pay their water bill? That ain't the same. Because, baby, they can go take a shower. Okay, they maybe can go to a shelter, a friend's home, or like your girl do, get them a Planet Fitness card and go in there and take a shower. They got options. You don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I
Yeah.
love you. Enjoy your day today. I got 30 seconds left. This is free call.
Okay, darling. All right. I love you. Thank you for calling. And I'll keep praying. Keep God first.
That's right. Okay, love you too. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
It's Sunday. Keep praying, y'all, and keep God first. Hey, Latoy. That's my boo Latoy, y'all. Shirley dry, like she been talking to them folks. Shirley said to herself, there's nothing funny about me spending my money. Because, baby, when he said, no, we're going to wait till the end of the month. Yeah. I've been like, oh, you got a check coming in? Do you have some money coming in? Because you said we're going to wait until the end of the month means absolutely nothing. If it's coming out of my bank account, shit. Listen in the bushes and laughing. Thank you so much, Allegedly in Harmony. Always supporting your girl. Honey, say that. Say, I'm just laughing. This is, I can't. Okay, why not so talking about Cynthia not having water to take a shower? Well, baby, we finna hear some things. I stumbled across this when I was trying to find and get that Dion and the Crew video up for y'all that I promised that I was gonna do. I think it was Vicky, and I was talking to everybody here, of course, and members, of course, that I was gonna put it up a few weeks ago, and I was like, 4 years ago. This sounds like the same conversation she ever knew on this RV. So I want to run it back so we can compare notes, And it's Sunday, and Ernesto gonna be asking about God. So I know my good religious girls, no matter what your religion is, can weigh in on this conversation. Because Ernesto said he don't understand why bad things happen if there's a God. And people that are familiar with, I'll say religion, period. Because it doesn't matter to me which religion you are a part of, that you practice. There's always a message, there's always a story, there's always one superior being, right? So I don't know why he thinks well, we know he's slow, right? We know he's slow. So maybe this is what he thinks, that because there is a God and you pray to him, that there's only good. You're never going to have anything bad happen. You're never going to have illnesses. You're never going to be sick. You're never going to be tested so you can have a testimony. You're never going to have anything ill will happen to you, because God is going to make sure of that. And that's never what God promised. That was never his mission statement. That was never, his purpose. Not to me, not the Lady T-Bug, and I'm pretty sure not to you guys in the chat. But this is why he think he can go on a 21-day fast, right? And he can get on these messages and these calls and say he know that God is still real, and he still has his hand on him, because he doesn't even understand. He doesn't even understand, anything other than that. God is good all the time. That's it. That's where it starts for him, and that's where it ends with him, in my opinion, allegedly. Hey, Shan, back on the front porch. What's up? How was the trip? How was the family? Hey, Cocoa Cream. And he clearly hadn't been to church before, because every time I've been to church, there's always somebody coming to the front, honey, to tell their testimony, their story, and how God has delivered them. How if it wasn't for God, they would not be standing before us. That means they went through some trials and tribulations, okay? And they telling their testimony, but he don't know about that part. He only know that if you pray, God is gonna fix it. That's it. That's all. I just saw a commercial that said small RVs, $4.99 a month. Did Cynthia come here and get her one? Well, baby, she said she rode 14 days, okay, without sleep. No, she said 14 hours. So that could be it, Shan. Let me go over here to Michigan and pull up this commercial. I'm just saying, AK F-350. We repent for a reason, right? But Nesto say he don't understand. If God is real, why? Why so much pain? Why are we suffering out here? Nesto is always ill-informed about God. Nesto needs to learn about God more. Hey, Sherry with the IE. Okay, because you know Sherry with the Y. I got two Sherrys. Shan is on the porch. Welcome back, Shan. The people missed you. They say, where's Shan at? I said, she out there being Taurus gang. It's clear that the just will, got through life just as the unjust. Thank you. But God will give us favor at times in our lives that will either remove what's going on or hide. Will give them strength to hold on. Thank you, tell the truth. Nesto is asking, how can God allow bad things while he was busy doing the Lord's work? Doing bad things. See, Nesto think because he was finna go in there and rob the bank, if he prayed to God, he was gonna get out with the big bag, the big bank, right? And that ain't how it worked, Nesto. I'm sorry. Go back over there to Jasper. Go back and read that TD Jakes book you was reading, because I don't think he said TD Jakes. That TD Jakes. Hey, Tam. Okay, that tells you Nesto doesn't read his Bible or understand what he reads. Perfectly stated. Allegedly. I'm in Southfield, Michigan, and I saw that RV commercial too, and it had the kind Cynthia allegedly bought. Y'all got to give me the name so we can go on the website. Nesto lacks comprehension skills. Love to laugh. Hey, how are you doing? Happy Sunday. Teddy Jakes. Okay, let me get the new video up here. So don't say I ain't warn y'all. It's Bible study Sunday. Okay. And my thing is, even though Cynthia said that she grew up Muslim, I don't understand why she couldn't give him the breakdown from the Muslim culture. But of course, she jumped on the Amen corner with him, right? Miss Atheist. But it's like, no, it doesn't matter what religion you study, Confucius, Muslim, Christianity. I mean, the concepts are kind of similar, you know what I mean? It may not be the same story, but there's kind of a lot of similarities, and she couldn't even come, from no perspective and add any value to the conversation, in my opinion. Okay, you messaged me the RV sale. Oh, okay, Michigan, stand up. Because we're gonna play it. We're gonna play it. The influence of Satan is in the world because this is his territory. God will not stop all things that come upon us because he wants us to believe we can go through it with his help. If we stay faithful, if we stay prayed up, if we, abide by, the words that he provided, he will see us through it, okay? And we're supposed to lean on the word of God, right? for deliverance. But Nesto don't, he don't know that, and it's Sunday. So we here to spread the good news. Don't say we always talking ish over here. Yes, we do most of the time, but we do try to educate. We try to educate the Nestos. And of course, the visual is just for, just to give y'all something to look at besides a still shot that I usually do. Okay. The audio is not it don't go along with the visual. This is for visual purposes only. All right.
Good morning. How you doing?
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you very
Are
much.
you?
Yeah, are you in the bed?
No,
Yes, tell the truth coming with the word.
Everybody else off.
I know.
You ain't
What's
off.
that about?
Oh, I don't know. I guess you just like to go to work. You say you ain't.
No. Right, because he was like, you coming in on Monday, and I'm like,
Is it time and a half?
am I supposed to? That's supposed to be the official holiday. It's Monday.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
I would have been, is it time and a half? Do we get holiday pay? What's the incentive for me coming in on a holiday? Okay. Let me know.
I guess. Yeah, so how you doing?
Stressing over you?
Oh.
You didn't call yesterday, and you sent me that long letter, which I didn't even see till 1 o'clock in the morning.
All right. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, it's not. Don't say sorry.
Okay.
No, you have all rights to feel that way.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
You have all rights to feel that way. You just gotta.
Yeah.
Can't really say the strategy because but you're gonna be okay. 6 months is just a long fucking time to be there, and I know because I was sitting in jail before, innocent, and I know how that shit feel. But I ain't sit that long.
In this call, she gonna switch from being an inmate sitting in jail. She was innocent. It wasn't civil to being a CO. Let me just warn you. Then she gonna go back and say she was a CO child. I'm like, girl, stick to one script, a phone call.
But just to be going through the case and you didn't do something that's just a bitch.
Well,
so.
Okay. How's your day going today?
It's raining,
Oh,
but it's
raining
cool. But it's not going to be as cold as it is there. And those conditions are horrible. But, you got people that work there that don't give a shit on top of the system. It's just, they treat people in there, even though they're not really. Some people in there have already been sentenced, but a lot of people in there haven't been, and they just treat everybody like trash, and it's fucked up. The mindset, how they just program people. And then when you're a CO, because I used to be a CO, they don't train you to have some type of humane side, because you're dealing with people with problems, because anybody that's in jail got a problem. Innocent or guilty, they got a problem just being in there.
Oh, okay.
It's fucked up. Okay. Anyway, but this is the down stretch. He's trying to figure out what's going on with Henry County. It's been hard. He's just trying to get to the bottom of Henry County, because that's a hold.
Thank you.
So yeah, but every day, he's on it. He called me yesterday. And she didn't send anything yesterday. Why is he
calling you?
Well, I was talking to him, so she didn't send anything yesterday. And then he said to send that 6 separate for the other situation.
Yeah. Normally, I try not to play Shirley's calls with sour lemon calls, because I kind of feel it be disrespectful sometimes. But the reason that I called it, I forgot to tell y'all, because Shirley was talking about the money in her little 5-minute free call. So now she's picking up the conversation where Shirley kind of left it at, said that she didn't send the money. Okay. Shirley didn't say she was gonna send no money. She said who was gonna be paying for all this, because I ain't got it. And then she said something about the 6K, the 6 grand. Let me run it back. I forgot to say that earlier on. I was too busy talking about the other ish.
He called me yesterday.
You called her yesterday.
And she didn't send anything yesterday. Well, while I was talking to him. So.
Huh?
She didn't say she was going to send anything. Okay, the last person we heard her say she was going to pay was BC at the end of the month or when he called her. Okay, so now we are on the trail, of course, and she pocket watching Shirley. Why you ain't seen it? Okay.
She didn't send anything yesterday. And then he said to send that 6 separate for the other situation. Don't send it all together. Send it separate so he could send it to her.
Okay. Okay.
Let me see what y'all talking about because I had to run it back. Hey, Chick-fil-A gal. Who else did I? Oh, my big sis. I said what I said. How you doing? Happy Sunday, guys. Thank y'all for joining us. We need, I said what I said. Come on with the word, First Lady. Ernesto wasn't listening when she told him to read Job, right? Wasn't. He was God's most faithful servant and was tested with all of the worst challenges. Shirley was only focused on he blessed Job with a beautiful stuff, beautiful daughters. Maybe that's what threw him off. I don't know, because Nestor don't like the kids. He don't want no more kids. Nestor, are you ready for the second coming of Christ? Nestor, have you been baptized? Do you believe in the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? Hey, Coco Cream, she loves a good Ross. Fine. I saw y'all talking about Carl. So, that was Coco Cream. Okay, it was you. Hey, Glorious. She keeps flashing that car. Baby, that's don't say he wiped down his tires on the F-350 with that type of stuff. What is that? Nesto is not impressed by the Gotti fashion. Do they still make car line for? Yes, they do. Nesto knows car length for it's cheap as Ross. Nesto say he used that as a rag. Okay, this is an old gloomy day. Wait a minute, this is an old gloomy and doomy bitch. Can she ever find silver lining? Never, never. I wanted to say when I saw her wearing these clothes, I think they are at Ross and stuff like that now. One YouTuber pulled up the clothes on TJ Maxx website. Yeah, I think they're like in the discount stores now. Where were you, ACO? Shan want to know. You've been a felon since you were old enough to do the job. It's the lies for us, okay? So she was a CEO also. She started out saying she was in jail. She was innocent, but she was in jail, and she knows how it feels to be on the other side. Next sentence. Yeah, when I was a CEO, I wasn't trained to have emotions or feelings. Girl, stick to one lie per call. Cynthia was a trustee in prison, and now she calling it a CEO. That has to be what it was. She was the snitch. And Shan, it was really on the site, LOL. I think it was that shirt she wore on Tasha K show. Hey, Chick-fil-A girl. Nestor sounds like an elderly man, huh? He's 61 and a half. What you talking about? He was playing 3 cards. Monty was with the money, telling Cynthia one thing, the attorneys another thing, and Cynthia something else, and lost track of where the queen was. That's what it was, Vic. Okay, Cynthia wants YouTube to think that she has more money than she actually does. You can't believe anything she says. Nesto already peeped game on with your Coco Cream. He just doing what he do, right? If he felt like a clown, around, being Shirley's assistant, butler, do boy, this easy work for him. This light work for him. Just listen to a few lies and get your, $100, deposit into your account, right? He ain't got to even go on the kiosk. Yeah, he wipe his tires with this type of stuff. Hey, Inel. Happy Sunday. Okay, say discount stores just like DKNY. She just picked the clothes because the brands are already displayed. Ooh, these freeze frames. Oh, been tearing her up. Listen, Cynthia must be older than Methuselah. Not Methuselah to have so many jobs. Baby, she like Tommy from Martin. She ain't got no job. Hey, ain't no fun when the rabbit got the pow pow. She's sitting back and talking ish about SS money. She got too much nerve for me. Nesto doesn't know what to say. He's so stupid and a fool. I think that means fool. You can tell Angelica she don't be dressing. True. Speaking of Angelica, she out there on her reporter duties.
All right then. Okay.
He like, all right then. Now he thinking back. Well, she did ask me, where's this money coming from, hon? All right, all right. Gotta call Dion to get on the job.
Cool. Just yeah. Okay. Just send me the.
Did you sleep well?
I sent you a letter. So yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I sent you a letter. Yeah. So
Now he
all right.
discombobulated.
So
You
they're
don't know
supposed
what's
to be
going on.
coming the same time.
He's coming. Okay, so he's coming tomorrow, definitely.
Yeah.
I spoke to him for a long time. He's coming tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, he called me, so he's on it. Like I said,
Get my
no one's
phone.
going to keep reaching out and not do what they're supposed to do. And like I said, he's not about to take a loss.
Okay. All right. Cause my folks said they know they good. I like, man, I don't keep calling you about the same thing, man. I ain't trying to do all that. You know what you got to do, what you're supposed to do. So it is what it is. And, that's it. Because he even told me he not worried, but then it's just be conflicting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he wants his money.
But don't stress that. Don't stretch that. Don't even worry about that.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
even worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
And
You
then
got
the
it?
other one, he probably didn't even reach out and tell you.
We ain't worried about him, so I'll talk to his ass on Monday.
Okay.
Don't worry
Don't worry
about
about that.
you have it.
I got that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because the other people, he probably worried they going to get passed out, which is not true. You got me now?
He said he gonna get passed out.
Ass.
Yeah. But that's okay.
You talked to your brother yesterday?
No, I'm going to call them probably about 1 o'clock. Yeah.
You call your friend?
I ain't calling nobody.
That's not helping you. You need to call people. Because you're sitting in there with your thoughts and helping you.
Okay.
So you need to change it up. Since what, you know what I'm saying? So you need to start calling people and just talking. Just getting something else to think about. Don't just sit in there moping.
Okay.
I'm on the legal side. I got this with him. So you can make sure that's handled. You just need to make sure your mental is good. So you need to start talking to people.
Okay, she said, I'm on the legal side. I got you on the legal side. What about the money side? What about the financial side? Okay. She said, don't worry about that. Let's put the team together. Shirley, the finance team, okay? Support team, family. Sour lemon, legal. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Bitch, please. Let me see what y'all talk about. That's a ponytail, okay? Tall tail. Because that hair ain't hairy. Because that hair is a lie, okay? Cynthia trying to show that pony so hard, and he ain't checking for that. He just want to know when the next drop is. Dang, this like worthless though. You might as well get a job. We know the back is long and the front in the middle is patchy. They both have no shame, plotting and planning around Shirley's money. Neither of them, speaking directly to her. Yes, they're making decisions that are costing Shirley financially. At least she right about him calling people. Yes. And that's something I made mention about when you and Miss Boogie Down was up here. She was always pushing for him to have a relationship with her his family, until she wasn't. And when she couldn't control them. She's on the legal side, baby. You heard her. That top about thin. And she talking about the hair. Neither of their mental is good. What legal side? What does that look like? She really thought she was building a team and she was going to control how Shirley money was spent. Windows pulled up, but the ceiling is missing. Oh, middle finger up to the competition. Different. Different. Don't play with me, Cocoa Cream. She got that. She got that.
Okay.
Don't just sit there and look at a wall or look at an inmate. Call your friends. Call your brother. Call your son.
Okay.
Call
right.
You hear
Jesus.
me?
I hear you. I hear you.
Don't just sit in there because you're not helping you. So that right there will turn into something physically wrong with you. You stretch yourself into a stroke or a heart attack.
Okay.
And you're already eating bad food.
Do I have a court date? Oh, they don't.
You don't need a court date. He already spoke to a judge. You don't need a court date.
Oh, okay.
You don't need a court date. You can do it with a direct conversation with a judge and the prosecutor on the phone, and they can do it that way. You don't need a court date.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So we don't have to worry about that. Only thing you would need, really look at a court date is the case that's going, which is the indicted cases. But you're probably not going to get set nothing. Today, you damn sure ain't going to have a court date. But I will look to see if anything changed in those cases, which I did see something yesterday.
What?
I said I saw something, but hold on. I said I saw something yesterday.
What you saw? New charges?
But don't worry about it. You don't need a court date. All you need is a conversation with the judge.
Here she go.
And he's going to wait till after Christmas because he's at your prosecutor's out of town. So he was just going to wait till just after that holiday, which is this weekend. And then not Monday because Monday's supposed to be the legal holiday. Tuesday.
She the legal team. Don't play with her.
Somebody directly with the judge. You understand me?
Even Ness don't know that's bullshit.
I'm just laughing. I'm
glad you laugh.
I'm keeping my thoughts.
Ness don't say what?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just laughing.
Yeah, you're good.
He knew that shit was a lie.
You're good. I mean, had we wished this would have happened months ago, you'd have been home. But,
Yes,
hoping and wishing.
What you
say you saw?
Oh, no. I didn't see anything on this one. This one looks to be, he's on the case. He's listed as the lead attorney.
Yeah, I'm going to call my brother later on, probably later on. But I'm going to call him later on. Yeah.
Make sure.
Yeah.
Because he's going to keep your little spirits high. He's a whole personality.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's cool. Thanks for the collage. I appreciate the collage. You look good. Thank you.
You forget your pictures today, the other ones that you wanted.
Okay. I'll probably get them today. Probably, yeah. What day is Friday?
Mm-hmm. You got them today.
Okay. What you done for yourself today?
Nothing. I got to go to the dispensary later on tonight around 11. But nothing. I'm just chilling.
11?
Yeah, I like to go when they close. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go when they close.
You got to be careful out there.
Oh, I know. I know because it's in the hood. And then 2, well, it's an armed guard that's there. So, and he's got a big rifle on top of the gun he went on his waist. So,
Okay.
something want to pop off, I guess. He's going to be in there shooting. Hopefully I don't get shot.
You're gonna be fine. Everybody gonna
Shit
be
pop
fine.
off. I'll definitely be there next week because it's going to be cold this weekend. So I'm going to drive up there next Saturday morning. I'm going to drive down there. Drive up there and drop my son off. So probably Sunday I'll probably come to see you. Hopefully you'll be out.
You said you wasn't not dropping him off when?
Next weekend I'm gonna move him to Atlanta because it's
Oh,
supposed to be cold this week. This weekend, so I'm not gonna do it this weekend. So I'm gonna do it like Friday. I might just take off Friday and take him. I'm gonna do that Friday.
Y'all flying and y'all driving.
I gotta drive. I gotta bring his car down here. I gotta drive him.
Are you driving his car? What kind of car he got?
It's white. It's a
Yeah,
Chrysler.
You can't steal it.
I do know. Hold on. It's a Chrysler 200. It's a 2015 Chrysler. It's affordable. I'm gonna trade it in. That was just his first car. You gotta get on the first car. He can bang it up, but he's never hit anything in it. So he's a very good driver. He almost be hitting shit, but he ain't yet.
So y'all gonna drive together up here.
I'm gonna ride with him and just drive because I'm gonna just hold the furniture in my living room until June and move everything in June. I'm not gonna rent just something just to bring that down. I'm gonna just wait and then bring everything down in June when I move in June.
I think you're gonna drive because I don't think you trust his driving too well.
His driving, right? It's not raining. He's good. It drove me crazy the other day. I'm like, boy, he drives like a grandma because he drives really slow. And like sometimes he be trying to speed up. Like I'm like, boy, you don't drive like this. But he drives like a grandma, which I appreciate because he's very cautious. There's a lot of things to Miles how he moves. He doesn't like certain things, so he don't want the look of a bad driver because both my nieces and my daughter they all hit everything. The first 2 years of their driving, they just hit everything.
See, that's where she fuck up right there. That's where she messed up right there for me because she should have just dropped it off right there, but she still tried to like talk on the conversation and the topic. She really don't have nothing to say. So this is when she started making stuff up. Okay, he's a good, safe driver. He drive, like an old man. Then here she goes. She got to flip it. She say something positive, the other side, the neutrons and the protons. Negative in the positive. I mean, come on. She should have just left it like that and moved on to a new topic. Now she finna throw Sydney and her niece under the bus, right? Just stop.
Everything. So he don't want to be like them. He wants to be like
that
the
man
one
didn't
that
tell
don't.
you that.
So he makes a point.
See, she made all that up. That boy did not tell her this.
Not to try to hit shit. He drives a little bit more carefully because Sydney used to rear end everybody. I got so many calls to the police department. That girl in her accident. I was like, this little heifer cannot freaking drive. She loved to rear end people. Just that putting on makeup and driving.
She going to the
I
police
told her,
department
girl,
off a car accident? Does she not have license?
Or whether you crash into a tree than crash into a car because a tree ain't going to have no injuries. People come out back problems and all that shit I got to pay for,
Did he get a payment yesterday?
You just told you at the beginning of the call she ain't paid.
Okay, they tell me they're going.
See, this is the part where I be wondering about Ernesto. I'm gonna pause it right there. See what y'all said about little brother Tomas, Sydney, and Niecy Pooh, and then I'll take it back so we can hear what he began asking about the payment. Okay, he doesn't need a court date, baby. Apparently, he don't need the judge, the prosecutors, a courtroom. All he needs is her, the legal department. This when Ernesto thought she had money and had her thinking she was large and in charge or small in charge. Shoot, she a charge, all right. Wait, everything needs to be on the record and he doesn't need a court date? Girl, she the bailiff. She everything. She playing all positions besides the finance part, right? He let her talk about spending other people's money. Just shows how weak he is. Facts. A collage of that face. A collage of 90s wear, gear, and hairdos. Sure. Ain't no fun. Definitely weak. She doesn't know the car brand now. She better not tell him that she gonna be stolen. Nesto ready to get Tomas' car down. What I'm saying, Petty Petty. Sure, he got an F-350. That's what I would have said. Okay, so what was Tomas' furniture in Sonya's apartment? She said she's gonna put his living room furniture and some, I guess, some of his odds and ends because he was moving. And I'm assuming from what she's saying that they're gonna put whatever they could put in the car. Don't sound like they have a RV or a moving truck or a moving company. They're just going to put his clothing, I guess, incidentals, whatever they could put in a car, and they're going to drive up to Atlanta. And I'm assuming she's going to fly back or drive his car back. But what she had said was, it's coming later on in the call, but I don't want to tell y'all everything because I'm trying to associate some of this stuff with what she's saying now in 2025. Because what she gonna say is she moving up there in June, okay, and she'll just bring his stuff when she come in June. Oh, wait a minute, I didn't read this. The dog chased the cat chased the rat, and the rat ate the cheese, then pooped that bullshit out. That's it. That's all. That's the nature of their relationship, these phone calls, these jail visits, and text messages. That's it. That's all. Case closed. Right there. We love to laugh. I hate a weak man. I definitely need an alpha male because, the Leo be Leo, and I don't need a rug. Her and Nesto are the same. They throw shade at their kids and compare them to each other. But you can unalive from hitting a tree. And why is she always having get a call from the police department, the jail? I mean, come on. Right, Vic? Anything, to hate on her daughter. Yeah, because it wasn't even necessary for her to add that part. And that man ain't tell her that. You made all that up. Hey, Psycho Boney. Nesto ain't listening to her. He turned with it. He turned her off when she talked about the kids, Vic. Hey, Muttley Boo, how are you? I'm about to put the Muttley on for you. Does this ninja have so much bullshit going on that Shirley got to count her blessings every day? I agree with that. Well, thank God that I'm not in the hospital. Thank God I can shower without dropping the soap. And I thank God I'm not hit by a car. Nesto hates kids. Talks. Yeah, Riri tried to warn y'all. TD will say, that's it. That's it. Hey, Chi-Town Libra. Welcome, welcome. I'm just starting to have some traumatic reaction about something that happened to me when I was a kid. Oh, no, I hate to hear that. Jewel. Let me get Muttley up here. This from Design and Decor. I haven't seen her in the chat today, but she inspired this. That's what we used to call butt wheat Muttley over here. Way back, way back. Let me scroll it back a little bit to when he started asking about the money.
Because the tree ain't going to have no injury. People come out back problems and all that shit I got to pay for,
Did he get a payment yesterday?
No, he didn't get a payment yesterday.
Okay. They told me they were going to handle it, so. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, she didn't.
All right. That's what they told me. So,
I know.
I'm not worried about that.
Don't worry about anything.
Yeah.
Because you can't control it. So don't worry about anything. When you're feeling a certain way, just pick up the phone and call somebody and get distracted. That's all you can do. call somebody and get distracted. Don't sit there with your thoughts.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
You
Well,
Notice
passed
you
that.
didn't say I
It's been
got
6 months.
5
You can't.
on
I
it.
mean, it's been 5 months. You can't be in there just trying to you know what I'm
6
saying.
months now. It's 6 months. This would be.
It's been 6 months on the
6
7th.
months. Yes. Yes, 6 months. Is this
Yeah,
31 days or is it 29 days? How many days is it?
It's 31.
31.
Because Kenny's birthday is 31st of December.
Okay, what you doing for Christmas?
Oh, I don't celebrate Christmas. Hey, that was another day to me. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't do holidays. I don't do no holidays. None.
Well, your sister
She
do
Jehovah
holidays, don't she?
Witness.
They believe in church, so I guess so.
I
They
mean,
go to church here and there. They don't talk about God like that, and definitely don't talk about Jesus because he was raised Muslim. But
your
they
sister
are, we all were raised Muslim, but they're a little bit more godly. I would say me, my brother, and my son are the ones that definitely don't believe in religious type of situations.
Oh,
Oh,
Because
look
we
at her little
studied
public
it,
flowers.
but they didn't really look at the history of everything. They just, okay, that's what we're doing, and they just doing it. So,
Did you look at the
Okay.
history?
my mind work. I put a little bit more, investigation in it. Plus, anything that comes from the white man's mouth, I don't believe. So,
oh, okay.
can't trust them.
I thought you loved queer people. You
Can't trust
hated
them
us.
at all. Ain't no good.
Okay.
Ain't
Oh,
no good.
okay. All right.
History and current situations like the war over there in Russia prove that can't trust them. Can't trust them.
So is what's the name got cancer for real, or they just talking?
Putin.
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 Hey,
He
Miss
do got
Boogie
cancer.
down. Thank you for
He
giving
gonna
me
duck
a
that bomb, boy.
membership.
He gonna kill everybody when he dies. That's
Oh,
how that's gonna
he
be.
got cancer. He got curable cancer. Or he got cancer. He
Oh, I don't know if it's curable, but because he
I
old as
thought you
fuck,
said
so I
you
ain't
do
no
your
telling.
research.
He
I
ain't
don't
that
know.
old. He ain't in his
That-
70s,
She in his 60s.
but that ain't really old. Is that old?
That's old if he got cancer.
Damn.
But he probably got the cure. I mean, there's
Yes,
a
thank
cure.
you,
I
Miss
don't know. Maybe
Boogie
somebody
down.
gave it to him.
Okay, so what the purpose of him dropping the bomb if he ain't dropped it already? What the purpose of dropping the bomb? What that's
Yes.
gonna do?
That man, listen, before he go out, he gonna take some people with him. That's just how I feel like that's how his mentality works. Because how he's doing this war with Ukraine. Like, why are you at war with Ukraine? Oh, because they're too westernized. So I want to take over the country. You sound stupid as hell. That's his reasoning. And then he lied to his whole country so they can be like for it with him.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
but his shit is just all greed and control. And you need to do what I say and stop being like the United States because we don't like them. So,
Okay.
crazy white people, I'm telling you.
Like
Fucking
black
wicked as
people.
hell. Crazy white people. Wicked.
Oh.
Wicked white people.
Oh, okay. Well, black folks do it too now.
Thank you, Miss.
Well, not as bad.
Mm.
You got some fucked up black people, of course. But our shit usually be within our circle. We don't just randomly go out and just try to take over some shit.
Wow.
Better ask somebody to level up,
And
Sam.
kill people in the process. Because people is dying during this war and you don't give a shit. Just like when they send us to war. Them white people in charge don't give a fuck about nobody dying. We got 30,000 soldiers died in that war. They don't give a shit. Well, did we get the oil? That's all they care about. Or did we get the land? Or did we get control? What the fuck? 30,000 people died, all because y'all want something over there?
So where do you think people go when they die?
Here we
Let
go
me
for
hear
the
your
Bible
interpretation.
study
In the
moment.
ground.
I got that part. We know
In the
that.
Okay. Like I said before, no matter your religion, we talk freely over here. Here you go, y'all. This the Sunday school lesson. We call the Bible lady. Can we get the Bible lady on the phone? Where do people go when they die? And this is the person that doing 21-day fast. Freedom is coming. The Lord's will. The Lord still have their hand on me. This is that person.
Girl.
You know that part, but
Oh, I don't believe in heaven and hell. I don't believe in none of that shit. Unless somebody come back and say they saw it, then okay. But until that happens, I don't believe in folktales.
okay, so what make a body move? You let me hear that part in your head.
What make a body, your energy.
Okay, what kind of energy is it? Spirit? Well, give me your take. I never asked you that part. What
It's
makes
just
the
an
body
energy.
move?
Everybody has an energy.
Okay, so you're saying
And
that when
certain things take your energy out.
so you're saying that, but I'm asking you that. You say it's energy. You're not saying it's spiritual. It's not none of that. You're saying just the energy is over with.
It's just the energy. Yeah.
Okay,
The
so where
energy
did
is
your
in your
energy
body.
go? Where do you think it go?
Where does it go? I don't know. When you die, it die with you. Sometimes some people say, because I watch those little shows where they talk to the people that's dead or
The
whatever.
mediums.
And
The mediums.
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't.
But they're dead.
Yeah, you know those psychic TV shows where they be like,
Mediums.
you know, your brother said that
A
he's
member
okay.
for
And da-da-da-da.
11 months. Thank
Yeah,
you.
TV. I don't know.
You believe in that stuff? I don't believe it.
I don't believe it till I see it in person. I don't believe shit on TV because TV is entertainment.
That's you're the same person that told us, via, third party listening, that you made a deal with the devil. You told us also, that you had an angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other shoulder. You told us you was in the fight for your life. I said you was in Illuminati. Now I was saying, what happened?
Mind control. That's the whole thing behind television. It's a distraction, mind control, and it's entertainment. So I don't put a lot of energy into television to say that it's, more than just something to mentally pass time.
Okay, so do you think it was really COVID for real? People were dying like that for real, or they were just a shutdown?
I don't think the numbers are even half of what they put out there. But they had to exaggerate the numbers to make it a pandemic to get their test across. And they're going to do it again.
For you.
That was just the first test. They're going to do it again. It's just seeing how they can control the mass. That's all it is. And you put the fear. Remember, fear is the biggest way to control a person. Religious is how they use people, and now they're using it with these pandemics. They did it with the swine flu. They did it with the flu back in the 20s. And it's just a way to make money and control the people.
Okay, so why the people that know these things, that know what's going on, why ain't nobody talking about it yet? The truth yet.
A lot of people talk about it.
No, I'm talking about the people who came up with the idea to do all this stuff that you're saying is supposed to be.
They talk about it because they can't do it alone. They need scientists and other people. They need co-defendants, put it like that. So when you got co-defendants, shit leaks out. And that's how that stuff leaked out before with the first situation with COVID. Because people felt a certain way, and they was like, we can't go through with this. Some people grew or developed a conscience, and they start speaking on it. So it got out.
Oh.
Because they can't. The people that do this type of shit, they can't do it alone. They need help.
So
no, COVID does exist, I believe, and it is man-made, and it was put out there by them on purpose. But I don't think, 50 million people died from that shit. No.
Okay, so 50 million people died. Why is the world overpopulated right now? And they're trying to get
exactly. I exaggerate that number, but I don't think more than a couple thousand of people died. Because remember when they was telling them doctors to put COVID for everything. If this person died, just put COVID as one of the symptoms because they needed that number. And you can't produce medical records because of the HIPAA Act. You can't just go in and see the data because medical records are supposed to be kept private. So you can't sit there. They know people can't go and just...
Yeah, you can't put, out the things that are, regulated by HIPAA, like, maybe the person's name, their diagnoses, medical records, but there's still reporting that could be done, and it could be, broken out, categorized by age, sex, demographics, race, things like that. So even though I do think that they were playing with the numbers, and we had our little girl here that was arrested, Miss Rebecca. I wonder where Rebecca at, but she built her own website and started reporting. But she said, "What's the true numbers?" Okay, and them people, them alphabet boys, knocked on her door. I don't know where she at now, but girl, Rebecca was doing the Lord's work. But it's back to Cynthia. HIPAA don't cover all that. Just hush, hush. Do your research.
Actually justify the numbers. So they just throw it out there and throw these numbers out there and we just believe it. Because one, it's on TV and the CDC said it. And of course the CDC's not lying. And they all have an agenda. It's crooked as fuck. Oh, I said lead the country, lead the country, lead the country.
Okay.
Because some places didn't even do this shit. Not every place in the world did the COVID thing. And how does a disease pass that fast? You got to think about that. That shit didn't even make sense. October, and then by January, and then 2 months later, the whole fucking world has it. No disease passes that fast at all, unless you're throwing it in the air. But person to person, no. And how to get in the jail.
Didn't you go in there? You went in there when it was COVID, wasn't you? Didn't you go?
Yeah, they said I had COVID.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I told the nurse, don't put that shit on me. Y'all know damn well I don't have no COVID. Y'all just want that money because y'all know y'all getting a check for that.
Okay.
She just looked at me, and I was like, I'm for real. I don't have. Well, sometimes it's no. Listen, Helsa. If I got it, somebody in my house got it, and neither my daughter or my granddaughter has it. So I haven't been anywhere to get it. I don't have it.
Okay.
Y'all just want that check because every person y'all put in here that y'all say have COVID, y'all get that extra check. In hospitals, like everything else, is more about the money. Y'all don't give a shit about curing people. Y'all care about the fucking money. Or services in the hospitals would be 1,000 times better if they cared about the people. No, they only care about the money. That's why my bill for 30 days was $600,000. And they had no problem giving it to me when they know they fucked up twice. Because I was supposed to be there 3 days.
You ain't have insurance, so who the hell they supposed to be getting money from? Why would they scam you?
And they was triple charging me.
Okay. Why would they scam somebody who don't have insurance? That's my thing. Sure. This is what we said when she just be talking and what she said don't make no sense. Child, they can't get blood from a turnip. And at that point, you the turnip. I'm sorry. You didn't have no way to pay them this money. Not none whatsoever. Why you had to file bankruptcy, right?
Hell did y'all do for $600,000?
Damn.
What did y'all do? That's what I want to know because y'all didn't feed me
hospital
for 3 weeks. So it wasn't a meal. Y'all wasn't feeding me other than through a tube. Then I came out with all kind of issues. And I'm supposed to pay for this? Yeah, y'all look good eating that.
So what you talking about? You might relapse on that again.
Well, that lady said I could because once you get it, it can rebuild. I don't know.
To do that and they took care of the issue.
No, because it can scar again. It can scar again. That's what it was. It was scar tissue. And then she said once you get a blockage, you can get it again. That's what the nurse told me at the restaurant.
Okay.
She broke it down, and I was like, "Ooh, I did not need to hear that."
But we did listen to that call. Good, then. Cause did you go? Did you check? Did you get on your job?
Huh?
You heard what I said. You heard what I said.
No, so hold on. You write this down again. I forgot. Doctor's appointment. Doctor's appointment. Why did they open today? Doctor's appointment. Because I could do it because I only have one thing to do today. Well, I got 2 things to do today.
Okay. All right, then. Okay.
Right. You get out and get well, and I go in the hospital again because I'm back to stupid sick. No.
We're not gonna say all that. We just
not gonna put that in the air.
Yeah, we're not gonna do all that. We're just gonna take care of your business, and it's gonna be all good. Just take care of your business. Just take care of your business. That's it. Take care of your business. Yeah. So. Everything be all good. You don't have to go through all that. Everything be all good. Life is
Everything
gonna
will
be
be all right.
however it's gonna be. That's the way I see it.
This sound like what
Yes,
he's saying now.
you're the spiritual one.
What you say?
This sound like what he said now. This deja vu, honey. He said, just take care of yourself, you know. He gonna ask again, did she pay the money? No, he's not gonna ask. I'm just being funny.
You're the spiritual one.
Yes, that's right. I do believe in God, but sometimes we got down, we lose confidence in a lot of things. But it's okay. It'll be all right. It just
So when you believe in God and you see what's going on in the world and with yourself and everything else, how do you justify that there's a God? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like when kids get killed and they.
That's how I'm gonna answer that question real good for you, because I used to think like that, and I used to worry myself about that, and I used to lose faith in godly things. But you have to understand what that lane is, because we don't understand a lot of the things that goes on that you can't control, like the innocent people get killed, people who've been working all their life, they just drop dead all of a sudden. You have people, good bona fide people, but that ain't our calling. That ain't I can't judge that calling. You might have motherfuckers who done killed a whole bunch of people just rotten to the core and still be living to 90 years old. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that part. But I started back in the 90s when I was doing that little bit of bit I was doing. And I used to question, well, why is it God? And then I started looking.
Why did you go in there and rob them folks and think that you was just going to say, God, get me out of this, and you weren't going to be doing that little bit? Why did you think that? You think you should be, you think that you shouldn't be punished for doing wrong? Do you know the 10 Commandments? I mean, what do you know, Nesto? Do you know the things that you should and should not do? Do you know what a sin is, Nesto? I just like, come on. You actually think you're going to be blessed for doing wrong?
That the TV show with back then it was showing Nelson Mandela and all that slavery and how they were selling the slaves to the Europeans and all. I can't understand, and we killing each other. But that shit been going all over the world like that. You see what I'm saying? People been killing each other all over the world for centuries.
Okay, yes.
Okay, so I had to figure that part out. But the question you asked me is, how can it be a God allowing all these things to happen?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're saying. Then I had to figure out sometimes you have to destroy, just some things need to be destroyed for something else to be built. And I guess what I'm saying is somebody got to be something, or somebody, a human, or something got to be sacrificed to take life to the next level. If somebody being born tomorrow, somebody got to die the next day, or the same time.
Well, why can't they just expire of old age?
You know what?
Because everybody that was born 50 or 70 years ago,
yeah, but you can't.
they're all going to expire.
Yeah, but there's some babies be expired before they even get born. They don't even get to the goddamn bill. So I can't counterfeit for that either. Some ladies got to die before let the baby die. I mean, let the baby live. So that woman got to die. You know what I'm saying? It's just something in the cycle of being sacrificed in life.
Sacrificial.
Me, I just believe in God because what He done took me through as a journey that I done went through. Either I'm going to give up, or I'm going to keep going, or He'll give me a pass. That's what I'm
You have.
Well, there it is. Nesto says no matter what he do, he look at it like this. Either I'm going to go through what I'm going to go through, or I'm going to get a pass. Well, there it is.
1 minute remaining.
They done gave me some passes. So I try to do good, but sometimes when you try to do good, that shit backfire on you too. So you're right.
So you might as well be evil.
So I do understand. I definitely
Call me this afternoon. Call me around 4. Don't get your head cracked.
Okay, lady too. Have a great day. Have yourself a great day.
You have a great day. Don't forget to call people.
Okay, thank you.
I love you. Make sure you do that.
Oh, baby,
Thank you for using Global Telling.
Here go. Oh my God. Well, there we have it. Let me get back over here to the comments. I know y'all was talking. Baby, it's the Nesto version of religion. Okay, Nesto wants to get to jail to talk existence. Vicky, I'm with it. You know what? Let me read my girl comment. It ain't too bad. Nesto waited to get to jail to talk existently with the town idiot who's malnutritious. Oh my God, this heifer is cray for real. Hey Cynthia, Wooten is a white man, but when he asked you for those papers, you said yes, sir, master. It was either that or she was gonna go to jail. If people say a monkey can do it, why they don't put monkeys on jobs? SS probably was more upset about him discussing with her about how to spend her money than him, sleeping with her. She probably didn't worry about that toothpick. She shouldn't be. Did she say only 1,000 people died? I don't remember. Did she just say a couple thousand? Okay, so y'all on the same thought process from the panini. The same way all diseases spread, but not addressing them properly. I've never seen someone ramble so confidently about things they know nothing about. And I was waiting on her to switch it up since she has an issue with Christianity, right? I was waiting on her to put in her perspective from a Muslim standpoint. Like, what do you guys believe in? You know, when she did believe in that, because that's what she said she practiced growing up. But she is hard on Christians. I don't know why. Sonya is ignorant as hell. Yes, she is. The Bible tells us there will is that supposed to be deliver or diver diseases that will come upon the world, right? It comes just like the Bible days with Moses. Ask Sonya how many people she and Nesto infected with the STD, the bacterial from them damn funky toys over there. A few triple thousand. Budley Boo, they put her crazy ass in the hospital because she was about to die. But she swore up and down COVID wasn't even real, right? So she was in ICU with tubes and couldn't talk. And don't think it costs to take care of her round the clock. Baby, every glove they used, every time they walked in that room, it was a ching ching. And she didn't have insurance. So what the hell they wanted her there for? They can't even bill nobody. 24/7 care. That's the raggiest ponytail I have ever seen. What did she do to melt it with the flat? The raggediest. Okay. Okay. What doctor does she go to that she can just go in today? Because she doesn't have nothing to do. More lies. She ain't trying to see a doctor. You see, she ain't say nothing else about it. A car bomb exploded into a fertility clinic in Palm Springs, California. The firefighters rescued all the sperm and eggs. They caught the perpetrator. I live in Palm Springs, California. Champions. Was there a lady involved in that incident that was sent to federal prison? Hey, mismatched pieces from under the seat. She had to just get the scraps and put them on the best way she could. I believe you. Okay, I'm listening, Nesto. Miss E says she listening intently. What did you get out of it, Miss E? I will never consult with this non-believing heifer for anything God related. What the F, dummy? Yeah, but we people like you. Read your Bible. Devastation comes upon people because of sin, because of Adam and Eve. Take them back to the beginning. As if the forbidden fruit, okay, open the world eyes, and sin and son is death. Well, he don't know that, tell the truth. Hey, rev it up, Ladybug. Welcome, welcome. You are right. Thank you so much for being here. Nestor got to sacrifice the victims for him to come up. Well, you know, he said he had the your sacrifice was fulfilled a few ways through Nestor. Money, okay, sex, okay, blood contracts, and green waters. Okay, Jesus was the sacrifice, and beyond him there is no other sacrifice. Nestor looking for a pass. That's it. He said, hey, I'm looking for a pass. So I gamble. I gamble with the law. Sometimes I got a pass. Sometimes I did. The simple answer is we as natural beings live in the world and we sin every day, even believers, like his bomb ass. So there it is. There it is. Oh, he sound medicated. His tongue is thick. He was all right until he found out Shirley had paid that bill. Why don't y'all just change the conversation? This not y'all lay. And she couldn't even answer. Neither one of them could, What Nestor is describing is him, leaning to his own understanding. The past he thinks he has is only going to last for so long. I agree. Nestor was asking all them stupid questions like he 5 years old. God has already sacrificed his son. Yes, I'm still going to the movies this afternoon. Smiley face, okay? They showing at one time only remastered film The Wiz. She must have got hurt by a Christian. Because I'm just saying, you said you grew up as a Muslim, so you should have spoke about what you knew. You know what I'm saying? I don't know because I didn't grow up, under that, denomination. But this is what I could tell you from what I did grow up, practicing, and that's Muslim. And this is how I, interpretate, whatever. Because that's what you should be the subject matter on. Okay. That's it. That's all. Hey, I'm back. Did anyone get hurt? I'm very familiar with the poem. Yeah, I was asking. Well, I'll see what the answer is first. Was Sonya going to urgent care or the emergency room? Girl, she was going to the free clinic. The C word is in an airborne illness. Hey, sis, is it common? Same to you. I was scrolling through and saw the channel. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm telling Desto that today, sure. So that means he gonna get some messages. And it's Sunday. They are showing updates on YouTube. Okay, hey, Lady T-Bug in chat. I'll be on the replay game, just catching up. Thank you, Jay Blake. Happy Sunday. I'm just getting caught up with the chat because I just wanted them to play through. I remember Nestor asking Shirley about God and why innocent people would not live. Yeah, he tried to recycle that conversation, right? He can't think past a paper bag. Child, okay, I'm going to drop the link if anybody would like to come up. So the point of this call, they counting Shirley's monies, and they are both ignorant. Neither one of them know anything about a religion. And she was moving up to the ATL, baby, in June. She was still working. I wrote some notes just in case. We don't really care about the pandemic and the political talk, but we just listen. We just listen, and we just listening when they talk about those topics, just to see how ignorant they sound. But we the dummies. If I don't know and I'm not familiar, I just say that. I ain't gonna sit up here and try to make up something in my bird brain.
Jesus, be a fence round my edges every day.
You gotta trust God to protect you.
Jesus, I want you to protect my edges as I grab these sprays.
You know he can.
Yes, Lord.
You know he will.
Yes, Lord.
Protect your edges.
Yes, Lord.
If you keep still.
Yes, Lord. Lord, be a fence all around my edges.
We had to have a selection from the choir. Now the doors of the the doors are open, baby. The doors is open. Feel free to come up and verbalize your comment. You know, you don't have to write it no more in the chat. Okay. Jesus. Okay. Hey, big sis, I said what I said. Thank you so much for coming up.
Right. God dang, this lady here, I don't know about her. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody in the chat. I didn't speak to everybody in the chats individually, so I was just being lazy. Didn't want to type today.
That's
But
fine. That's fine.
but there's something wrong with this chick. And I'm like you. I don't understand why he had this damn conversation with her. Why is he even wasting his time? Anytime he bring up religion, then here she go on these tantrums about what she believe and what she think it is. And like, girl, you don't know. And why don't you just say, well, listen, I don't know nothing about what y'all
Right.
believe in. I just know what I believe in.
Thank you.
And don't even tell us what you believe in, because don't nobody really care at the end of the day. Because even if if I knew the Muslim faith, I guarantee you it's probably not the way she's explaining it.
Right.
And neither one of them know nothing about nothing. And so won't y'all just leave this stuff alone? Y'all don't know nothing about the Bible. Y'all don't know nothing about the Quran. Buckwheat thinking he can fool Jesus and God, and thinking he can just tear people up mentally and financially, and think God is going to give him a pass. And you absolutely right, Buckwheat. Some people do live here 90 years because God wants them to suffer for their actions. Not everybody that's 90 is going to suffer, but sometimes, like you said, when people done a lot of wrong, sometimes God will leave them here so that they can, see other things happen that they missed out on, or just to make them suffer. Sometimes he'll leave them here, leave them sick forever. And don't ever, they don't ever recuperate. Sometimes he'll leave you in jail, Buckwheat. So I believe that's what your sentence is going to be. God might leave you here and might let you stay in jail till you're 100, just so you can finish out your sentence, allegedly, whatever sentence they're going to give you. So y'all need to leave this religion mess alone. You have no clue about nothing. And when Shirley was trying to talk to you about the Bible, you had nothing to say. All you had to say was that. Really? Yeah. Jesus will. Yeah. God sure gonna bless us. Sure is. God gonna bless us, and we're gonna get some blessings. And that's all you know about God. You think God is like a candy store, or um he act like God is something that he can just dip in and dip out whenever he see fit. And whenever he get in trouble, he can just look up to heaven and pull out a blessing, and God is just gonna rain on, just gonna rain down, pour down blessings on him. And what you was doing to people are not blessings, sir. Those are curses, and that is sin. What you were doing, and sometimes God allow you to, revel in your sin, let you sin all you want, and then he'll put a stop to it, like he did. Okay. So now you're stopped, and it's time to pay for your sins, sir. And so, why do you continue to discuss your faith with this lady? Y'all on totally different pages. For the little faith that you do know about, she have no clue what you're talking about. And then she's so stupid to science. Was talking about 1,000 people passed away, or however many people she say passed away. Okay. And so I guess she don't believe in doctors either, unless they operating on her. Because if you're gonna be a non-believer, don't believe in none of it. Don't let them operate on you. Don't run your butt up there when you get sick. You don't believe none of the signs anyway. So just, take care of your own self. Don't run up there running up a bill for y'all taxpayers in Florida to pay for it, because I guarantee you she ain't paid the bill.
No,
You don't,
she filed bankruptcy.
once again, for y'all taxpayers in Florida to pay. So stay at home and take care of yourself, since you don't believe in nothing, you know. But and I guarantee you, whenever she gets sick and can't walk around and get so sick on her sick bed, I guarantee you she calling out God's name. Lord, please help me. I guarantee you she calling out God and the Lord. She ain't calling Allah, who she say she believe in. She calling on the Lord. As we all do when we get in trouble. But I just don't understand why he sit here and entertain this kind of BS with her. He don't know much about the Bible, but I do have to give him credit for at least acknowledging God and acknowledging that the fact, that the fact that it is a God. Now he said he don't know what, he don't know what happened when you die, So
She said you go in the dirt.
well, yeah, we do go in the dirt, but our soul don't go in the dirt, So tell the whole story, Sonia. And so I guess, with them discussing this, they souls is gonna go to the other place anyway. So I guess they can just go ahead and discuss whatever it is they need to discuss. Now, as far as her trying to spend Shirley's money, who the hell died and left her in charge of Shirley? That's what I want to know, because that's what she act like. She act like she's in charge of this lady. She in charge of her money, and she just in charge of everything. And the more she talk and the more we listen to these calls, the more I'm trying to question and trying to figure out. Other than these little few zoom zooms and wham whams and entertainment, why is this man even still involved with this lady? Because she's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. She is straight up cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and she's serving him no purpose. I guess other than I guess entertainment is a big thing when you're in jail. I've never been there before, so I can't say that at least it takes his mind off of his jail problems. But hell, I think I'd rather think about my jail problems than to sit up here and listen to this crazy helpful talk. Yeah. I think I'd rather be concerned about the jail and figure out what I can do. Well, really what I would be doing is trying to get me some books and be in that library trying to figure out my case. That's what I would be concerned about.
You got to know how to read.
Well, he can pay somebody to read for him since she's sending all her money, and he can exchange those pictures for somebody to read.
Yeah. Crowdsource, baby.
Crowdsource. Yeah, figure it out. You're a scammer. You know how to figure things out, so figure it all out, Put your scamming hat back on, partner, and start scamming, trading sausage for reading and cereal for helping me try to figure out my case. At the end of the day, it's a lot of
this boogie down.
Okay,
and Vicky, you're next. And Vicky, you're next.
It's a lot of jailhouse lawyers in the jailhouse. All you gotta do is ask. And I'd rather go with what they saying than what this crazy heifer saying. And I'll, like Vicky say, I'll yield my time as if we're in Congress so that the other ladies can talk.
Right. Go ahead, Miss Boogie Down, and Vic to the Veil is up next.
Hey, my family. How y'all doing?
Hey, happy Sunday.
Hey, Miss Boogie
Thank
Down.
you. Back at you. I just want to. I'm going to be fair a little bit. That I don't think we're being a little fair. The woman was asked the question. I have a problem more with him because she has stand 10 toes strong on two things throughout their entire relationship. She is his broke friend. And she is his non-believing friend, and she has never deviated from those two things, right? So, to be fair to her, what annoyed me was him asking her, because to me, that is you forcing now your beliefs on somebody who told you they don't believe. That's a disrespect to me, because at this point, I'm not going to consult with you, as I put in the chat, and leave you explaining my faith to me if I have questions when you're telling me you don't even support my ideals. That's on him. Now, the mere fact that she didn't check that and say, hey, like you just said, I was originally brought up Muslim, and then now I just choose not to praise anyone or anything, then that I hold her accountable for. But I'm not mad at her for her dumb questions or her dumb statements, because you are consulting with someone who told you they don't believe. Therefore, there's really nothing to talk about. If I don't believe in the, situation with the pandemic or whatever, and I don't believe that there's a God, a heaven, a hell, and all this other stuff, I mean, of course, she's not going to look at it. She's always going to have what they call them atheist agnostic view because
Yes.
she doesn't believe. So she looks at it like, oh my goodness, they done fudged the numbers. They're giving us false data because she is a non-believer. And as well, what we all keep forgetting is, like you stipulated, God, and they said in the chat, God sacrificed his only begotten son, right, for our sins, but emphasis on our sins. Adam and Eve opened up that box from the beginning. So there's going to be death. There's going to be destruction because we live in the world. And it's just like, when people like him go through, when people like her, ask dumb questions like, well, if you believe in God, why do you believe in him when you see things like murder and stuff like that? Well, again, you're not talking to that we know of a murderer, but you are talking to a sinner, and God has allowed him mercy and grace and allow him to believe. So if we killed all of the sinners, because there is no rhyme or reason, yes, there's
He
degrees
won't be
to
here.
sin.
I'm
But
sorry.
he wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here. She wouldn't be here. None of us would be here because we all sin every day, whether it be you
Thank
told
you.
a little lie, whether
Yep.
it be you stole a car, or whether it be you took somebody's life. These are
Well,
all
I
different
ate too much
degrees
yesterday.
of
I ate too
sins.
much yesterday. Go on.
These are all different degrees of sins and stuff like that. So he can't come off as saying like, oh, well, this and this and that. Like, all you got to do is just remind her that we are natural beings that live in the world. And because we are sinning, we expect God for favor upon our sins. That's why things like that happen, because people do have free will and they make choices. And unfortunately, with making choices, people make bad choices. But the mere fact that both of these idiots were sitting around with this struggle, it just bothered me because, like I said, she had an out by just saying, I don't believe in God. But when she asked him, well, if you believe in God, why do you think your God allows XYZ to happen? That's what pissed me off with it. I was just like, this whole struggle conversation, I said what I said. Y'all shouldn't even be talking about this because real talk, nobody seems to know what the hell they're talking about. You both sound really ridiculous. You both sound like idiots. And it's just like I said with him, it just bothers me that you keep asking her. Not that you even asking the pretend Bible lady, Sylvia, when you've had those visits and conversations, but you keep asking this broad right here, who told you from day one she don't believe in God, and she told you she was never even raised to believe in God. Why you keep asking her for answers? Because clearly you're going through some struggles and you got some questions your darn self. Is beyond me. It's just it cracks me up. It's just I was in and out on this call. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't do Sonia too long, but I gotta support you. But I couldn't. But then, like I said, with the religious part, that caught my attention because in my mind, again, I just kept saying, why do you keep consulting with her? Like it sounds dumb at this point. Her phrase, you sound clown, man. It just you know what I'm saying? Like, you sound clown, just asking this chick for any sort of direction. You had, even though she misinterpreted some things herself, but you had a true believer who was trying to feed you the word, and all you was doing was just saying whatever you felt like she wanted to hear so you could get her off the phone, because you too have issues with your belief. You're a believer when you're down and out. You got to believe in God through it all. You got to praise his name through it all, good, bad, and ugly. You only results of praising God when your butt is in trouble and you're not able to get over like you've been able to do. So it's a very unfortunate thing, but it was a very, 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 very long conversation, even though it wasn't that long of a call. It was a lot. It was a lot. But I'm gonna let my sis come up, my little Libra sis, and let her close it out, because I'm just like, again, it's just so much disrespect with one person asking somebody who done told you that they don't believe in something,
Right.
and then another person sitting up here and you just sitting up there asking questions, and this dumb idiot can't even answer with the little faith that he claims that he has. It's just, this is a basic answer. Like, she didn't even ask you a hard question. She really didn't. But because you really are fake in the funk, that's why you have such a struggle with even describing why you believe that there's still a God, even though there's crime, even though there's murder and stuff like that. You couldn't even get the basic answer out. So she'll never cross over to the side of the Christians because she don't have enough of a Christian believer that she's consulting with. So everybody just needs to leave each other the hell alone.
Yep.
I'm
Talk
inclined.
what we know. Talk what we know. Go. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm inclined to believe he do know the answer, and he don't want to face the truth. And
That's true
so,
too.
yeah,
That's true.
he knows he done messed up, and he know, he don't know a lot about God, but he know the wrath of God, and he know right from wrong, and he know what he done did. So now he's just trying to have her to validate him. That's why he keep asking her these stupid questions, because once again, when like you said, when Silverback was trying to talk to you about the Bible, you ain't have nothing to say. When your wife was trying
Right.
to about the Bible, you had nothing to
Hmm.
say. But you want to ask this non-Bible believing lady questions about the Bible. Make it make sense.
Because she supports everything that he says, right? Like, she's been his little cheerleader. Everybody is wrong but him. The victims are even wrong for being victims but him. So this is what he does. He wants her to say, that because God wouldn't do this to somebody like you because you're innocent. But you notice she never even says that. The little bit that she does talk about God and what she thinks she knows from having read allegedly the Quran or whatever have you, because the Quran is very much mostly the Old Testament, right? So if you claim you was Muslim and you grew up in that faith, you still have you still acknowledge that there is God. They don't acknowledge God as the Messiah, but they do acknowledge that God is God. And on top of that, you still should have some reference to Christian beliefs because they follow the Quran is mainly the Old Testament. She knows nothing. So it doesn't even, you just sound like you grew up in a house. Your dad had a lot of kids and the Muslim faith don't celebrate holidays and your dad didn't want to pay for all them birthdays. That's what it sounds like to me. He didn't want to pay for gifts for Christmas and all that other stuff. So everybody became Muslim. All my friends that had a lot of kids in the family, everybody all of a sudden was Muslim during the time of Christmas and holidays and birthdays because nobody could afford all them damn gifts.
All right. Vic to the bell. You ready, sis?
Hi. Hey, good
Hey, Vic,
afternoon,
Vic.
everyone. How are
Hey,
you
Vic,
Hey,
guys?
Vic.
Vicky.
How y'all doing? How you said what I said, Miss Boogie Down, Lady T Bug. I have a,
Hey,
I have,
hon.
I kind of have like a similar perspective with Lady T Bug. I think if what you're saying is the comment that you made, I think this is a part of his MO. Like he uses religion like to keep like to draw the women in to kind of play off of
Yep. You
their
saw me
sense of
put it. That's his
yeah.
MO. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Because with it sounds like with every woman, especially
Hmm.
with the ones who, excuse me, have given statements, and he also, I think he met Erica through the church, if I'm not mistaken, or that was her statement that he met Erica through the church. He met somebody else through the church, and he might have even knew Daryl through the church. If, so I'm not quite sure, but it sounds like that's how he draws people in. He knows like he knows the key words to say about when it comes down to God and the Bible. He knows the key words because when like if you're already a believer, he can't compete with that. So if you somewhat know the word more than him, he cannot
Hmm.
compete with that. Just like even Angelica, she although she twists things, um, she knows it more than he does. So when she comes reading Bible verses, he just sits there like he does the mannequin challenge. He just sits there like, okay, all right, and just your name, and just your name. He didn't even want to pray for her. He wanted her to pray for him. So that's the draw in. I think like with Sonya, he keeps trying to
Hmm.
push religion on her because
Hmm.
he's trying to find a way to
Hmm.
get her to cough up a little bit more money. Like Shirley, like because he asked double time about did he get a payment? If I'm not mistaken,
Hmm.
didn't he say that that nothing until the 30th? He told Shirley that
But
don't
that was
worry.
with BC. Because that was when
Oh,
she still
okay,
had BC, and and Shirley was talking about apartment hunting, and she said, "Well, he'll call me like he always do. I know what you're talking about, and he'll get it at the end of the month." That was during the Thanksgiving
okay.
recap we did. So
Hmm.
now it is Grail,
I see.
and that's why she said she'll call him. She'll
Okay.
get with him because then now she's talking about getting a refund from BC, and then I don't have to go that deep.
So this whole I don't have like I'm always game for like to have a talk about theology and religion. I mean, because I don't know everything. There's a lot I don't know, but I like to have the talk, and I want to be able to be open and learn and explore more, and that's any religion. Um, but like, why are you sitting there having an existential conversation with an with a whole fool who has like Miss Boogie Down said, she has made it clear that I don't know, I don't believe in that. I don't believe that I think she's I don't even think she's agnostic. I think she is a believer. She's just I'm gonna keep saying I think she's just angry with God. And that does happen with some people who've been in the church or in the temple before, and something happens and they're just they become angry with God because it seemed like her life really went downhill ever since whenever she got injured. um so I don't think she's not a believer. I just think she chooses to ignore God. And I mean, but more recently, if I'm not mistaken, she's praying and stuff now, right?
Yep,
Correct me if I'm wrong.
she is in the
She
messages. Hmm.
Yeah, she's praying. Who you praying to? I hope it's not the one down below. So I mean, I don't have a problem with with the actual conversation or the idea of the conversation, but like
But you
I'm
gotta have it with somebody. You gotta be able to have it with somebody that could conversate, regardless of what perspective I think they're on. It's like both of
that
y'all sound crazy.
right that can mutually converse or is mutually involved in the conversation. She is a conspiracy theorist. She is an angry individual. She always finds gloom and doom. Um, I don't know where she got that number from. That
A
only
thousand.
1,000 people passed away. It was more like a million, over a million that ended up passing because of it or complications to it.
She got
So,
it from Trump. She got it from Trump, Vicky.
oh, that makes sense. So I mean, but you're not having a conversation with a willing participant. That's like me having a conversation with somebody about like I'll watch a football game, but I'm not gonna really sit. I don't really care about football. And somebody's sitting there telling me stats and stuff and asking me questions about this quarterback and that tight end, and I don't know anything about it, and I'm just sitting there like, okay, well, trying to hold it together. She's just in this relationship because it's fun for her. It's fun. She thinks that she is the coach. She at this present time, during the
Mhm.
time period of this conversation, she thinks she's the coach. She proclaimed, "I'm gonna handle the legal stuff." Will Wooten, are you listening? She uh she said, "I handle the legal stuff."
Yes.
Like she was a legal professional, and everybody, you need to call your family and talk to them for emotional support. And I know she didn't say this, but Shirley was supposed to be the pocketbook. You don't really need to talk to her. She just needs to pay. That's what I got. The gist of it is, it's like
Talk to
what?
your son, talk to your friends, talk to your brother. Don't worry about that.
Hmm.
I also believe, to piggyback off of what Vicky said, I also believe this is the most important and the most valued her opinion has been in anything in her entire life. Like, she has never been this important. This man kind of Jay Z'd her with Beyonce, right? He thinks he's the dude, so he made her the coach and gave her a title and made her believe that she was a hell of a lot more than what she was. because he fell for her okey doke and the lies that she told him about her experience. So then he basically made her something. I don't get that she's been relevant in a lot of situations she's been in life, whether it be with even raising her children or even with, professional wise. She's always been a tag along. This is the first project that she's, in my opinion, been a part of where
She
she's
been the
had
team
so
lead.
much. She's been not only the team lead, she's been the judge, the prosecutor, the executor. She's been
Mhm.
everything. You know what I mean? And she's had somebody literally trust their entire fate in her hands. Now, she failed horribly, but at the end of the day, it still doesn't take away from the fact that he put her on the map. He put her on the map, negative, positive, however you view her as an individual. He put her on the map.
Yes,
And
he
I
did.
think that she holds validation for him with that because of the fact that she has never been so more important, known, or anything in her entire miserable life. She has been a nobody, and this man made her a somebody. And no matter what, she's going to forever be indebted for that because he's given her some sort of constant confidence to the lies and the fake reality that she tries to sell. He actually picked up what she put down and brought it hook, line, and sinker.
Go ahead, Vicky.
No, I agree. I mean, she.
Or you,
This is her.
I didn't
This
make. I
is
want to make sure you got all your points out.
no. She's been a. I'm cool with like going back and forth. She. This is the first time she's really like been a legitimate project manager because as far as we heard, she failed at the one in Florida when they made whatever they slapped her name on that restaurant or business or whatever it was. She failed at that because she was trying to be too bossy. And this, she's failed miserably at this, but he's still leaving her in charge of the situation. He is, he's not, he hasn't checked her he's tried to check her in his old weakling way
Mm-hmm.
that, oh, that wasn't good. That wasn't good. And she still, can't pick up any clues that you need to go sit your ass down somewhere. You need to go, like, you need to relax and do whatever you want to do. But I think she kind of sort of did pick up that she
That's
messed
why
up.
she gone.
Exactly. you
Vicky,
know
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was trying so hard, Vicky.
no, exactly, that's what that is why she like, okay, because somebody told her something because even before when she was getting on their nerves, she didn't skip town like or claim to skip town like she like this time. She claimed that she is, I'm gone. No, I'm not. I'm there with you, but I'm not. I'm just not there. Like, wait a minute. Why are you running? So somebody told her something that scared the crap out of her. We'll never know because she won't admit it because she's too proud, and that's
Yeah.
probably why she lacks relationships because she is not open to any sort of criticism. She's very similar to Shirley in that sense where sorry, I just heard something where she if you tell her something like that she doesn't agree with or that doesn't that's not 100% in agreement with her or may make her feel bad, you're a hater. Oh, you're just hating on me because I'm doing this. Well, no, it wasn't a good look. It wasn't a good idea to do whatever she did on April 29th. Whatever she emailed Will Wooten, it pissed his attorney all the way off. Pissed his legal team all the way off. And I'm pretty sure they had a stern talking to Ernesto, and from what I can surmise from the text messages, he said, "I don't believe you would give them evidence to work against me." So she's failing. I mean, what part don't you get that you cannot if you got a friend or let's do air quote friend who you
Mm-hmm.
claim you love. You got a friend who is fighting for his life, and I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it, but I'm just saying he's fighting for his life. And you're just gonna sit here and just have these friendly conversations with the prosecution, thinking that you're gonna do something. Like it doesn't work like that, sweetie. And this conversation about you don't even need to be a court date. You could just go talk. You just need it's a conversation with the judge. Yep.
We want to know how that worked out for him.
How? I mean, like, are you? Did you talk to the judge? I know she said she was. I know a couple times she said she was gonna write the judge. How did that work out? So I don't. I mean, the religious conversation. I kind of get irritated. It irritates me that here Shirley is right or wrong by supporting him. In this sense, and like kind of stepping away from her daughter emotionally for this little bit. She she was trying to trying to give him a good word to make him feel better while he was in jail. And he would just cut her off. Well, all right then, okie dokie, all right, okie dokie. Okay, yes. We gonna be just fine. God said we just gonna be just fine. We gonna be just fine. Cause I knows it. I knows it. God told me, and we just gonna be just fine us. So he cut Shirley off and dismissed her actual prayers. I do believe Shirley was praying for him. Whereas Sonya, she just comes to him with anything and everything negative she can find about. Well, she Googles court cases in his county and Fulton County and Cobb County, and tries and presents it to him like that's supposed to make him feel better. And I'm gonna be quiet for right now. Answer though.
Okay. So this is the RV. I forgot who Shan and the other person was. Drop your name in the chat. There are locals over in Michigan, and they say they saw this advertisement come across the news feed. Okay, new RVs used, baby, sale event for as low as $4.99 a month. So they saying Miss Cynthia may have one of these. Chat, what you think? What you think, chat? I'm gonna have to get out of here. I can see the chat. Okay. Uh-oh, somebody dropped. Oh, Miss Boogie down. She may come back up. Miss Boogie down dropped down. She may come back up. She may be at work. Well, that's less than half of her SSI. Wow. Possibly. I can't remember who. It may have been Love to Laugh. There were. I know one was Shan. It may have been Love to Laugh. Was the other person? Allegedly say thumbs up. She came out the bushes to give us a thumbs up.
I missed it. So you can rent a new RV. Is this?
Let me move that out the way, big. Let's see. Oh, there she go. Let me add her back, and then let me move that so you can see the full.
Yeah.
Trying to play with it.
And she'll give that up like she give everything else up.
Yep.
If she do have it, she only gonna keep it for a month or two, and then she'll. It was too many problems, and I just couldn't find nowhere to park, and it cost a lot of gas money. It cost me more money than an apartment would, so I just gave it up. I just said forget it, and I just told them I don't care if it go on my credit or whatever. I don't know. I just filed for bankruptcy, So she's still gonna play like she bought it.
Over there sliding in people's driveways.
And she returned it. She returned it back, and she don't mind it going on her credit because since she paid her other bankruptcy off, she could file for bankruptcy again. And it was just way too many. It was way more trouble than what it's worth, and she didn't know she was gonna have to do this and that and the other with it, even though she researched it for 7 years straight.
Right? Can we talk about that? 7 years of research.
Yeah, and been
another lie.
Yeah, been talking about it the whole time for at least 3 years. You started out with a van, and you were going to do van life. Then you said you was going to do a tiny home, and then you migrated to this mobile home, this traveling home. So at the end of the day, none of this stuff has worked out for you. So now it's gonna, she's gonna say it's costing her too much money, and it's more problems than what it's worth. And at the end of the day, I thought these people just go to those parks and park, and where they have Wi-Fi, where they have water and stuff like that. I thought that's what people with these mobile homes
You
do.
have to pay though. That's not
You
free.
pay.
Oh, okay. So that's why she can't go over there then. She don't want to pay for it.
She already got to do
Mhm.
the $50 of gas every other day.
Yeah, and
Which
everything
she
costing too
didn't
much money.
research.
Right.
Why?
Yeah,
What did
that's
she
what I'm
think she
saying.
was gonna pay per week for that thing?
I
Like
don't know.
realistically, what did she think she was gonna be paying per
Especially
week?
if
Even
she's gonna be traveling around the United States. Cause she the one who
yeah.
said she was gonna be traveling, told him they was gonna be traveling when he got out. They was gonna travel all around the United States, even though he probably have some jail jewelry on. I don't know how he was gonna do that with the jail jewelry, but uh but remember they were supposed to be traveling everywhere when he got out. They was gonna be taking road trips.
Well, I don't know how she went to living in one to remember in many conversations ago, many phone calls ago, when she said that she was looking into basically managing an RV like park herself, like where
Hmm.
people she was going to get the property. So how did we go from doing that to actually living on one and taking this whatever type of road trip you're taking? Like it's the
Money,
lies for me.
money.
It's
Yep,
the
and I was
lies
gonna
for
say
me.
money and lies.
It's the lies for me. It's just like you don't even keep your own story straight. And then you listen on all these different channels that you claim you're not listening to. And then you want to fire back and pop off at people because all
Hmm.
they did was repeat back what you said. Nobody made up anything additional. Yeah, we crack a joke here and there and we embellish. But at the end of the day, the words are your own. The words
Right.
are his own. Nobody is putting these words in your mouth. And then you want to fire back and get mad because people actually listened and dissected the call, and some content creators go back and play the same thing 3 4 times, and you want to get mad because they're holding you accountable to the BS that you're telling us. Like it cracks me up. it's
And
it's amazing.
She
she can
said it
give
was for entertainment. She just be
right.
trying to tell him something to make the time pass by.
And then
Mm,
she have to and then when social media call her out, then she got to make it happen because she being called out. But at the end
right.
of the day, she should go to the hospital. She should go to the hospital because she can park for free at the hospital parking lots. That's what a lot of people do instead of when they have loved ones in the
Really?
hospital for a long. Here they do, yeah. If they got a family member in a hospital for a long extensive time, then they have a whole parking lot where you have nothing but RVs, and people live in their campers and RVs at the hospital parking lot.
Oh
If
yeah,
she
we
gonna
don't have that here.
steal, she need to steal right.
Yeah, we don't have that here.
Oh, they don't.
You actually have to pay for the pay to park at the hospitals here.
The same. Well, we don't have to pay to park at. I mean, to park your
They
RV.
said.
To park your RV, yes. You think, but we have so many RV parks here that you, yeah, you have to pay that fee, and I don't know what she thinks. You gonna if it's the truth. If she's posting up at people's driveway, like, and you gonna, oh, I'm gonna fill my water tank up. Then first she said it was $117
Mm-hmm.
to fill up her tank. Then she said, "Oh, I'm spending $50 every other day." You okay? Now I know rent prices are crazy, but let's just you do the math on that. $50 every what's 50 times 15? Let's just divide it by half
About
the month,
650.
and then you gotta
650,
Okay.
okay.
650.
So that's gas. Then you going out to eat every day because she didn't have
I'm
any food
sorry.
in there.
No, you said 15.
Yeah, 50 times 15. Let's just say she was telling the truth.
Okay. Isn't that
Seven.
750?
That's 750. So if she's driving across country, she said she was coming to the West Coast. We don't want you over here, but I'm just saying she's coming to the West Coast.
They say about $1,500 a month. Get you a damn apartment.
Right.
I thought Vegas accepted anybody.
We do accept anybody. How, however, however, the rent is not cheap out here unless you're gonna be living like in the jets in one of these like serious, I mean, income based apartments that, and you got to qualify for that. Like you, and there's a waiting list for that too. So unless you're gonna get emergency senior housing, I said that in the chat. I'm like, just go apply for emergency senior housing and get that RV back. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I
She's not
don't.
a senior. I don't know who you talking to. She's not a senior.
And they gotta have openings.
And she don't
Or they
consider
may
her
have a waiting list.
and she don't consider herself a senior. She can't impress the senior citizens at her apartment complex and put those flare leg jeans and white boots on
She'll
Yes,
be
they
dressed
and that
just like
raggedy ponytail. You know, they ain't gonna be looking at her like that. So that ain't
they
gonna work.
Vegas senior citizens be dressing in style. I'm just saying, like Vegas, California senior citizens, Florida senior citizens, they are. I don't know where she done looked at, but it's okay to be 60, 65, 70 and dressed. You can wear your little flare leg pants, and it's okay not to dress what people think you how think you should, how the
I'm not saying that they're not dressing. What I'm saying is they're not gonna pay any. You know how young guys pay attention to you, or just younger people.
mm-hmm.
They pay attention to you in apartment complexes. Well, if she go to a senior unit, most of those people more than likely gonna be married anyway, and the ones that's
oh,
not
she don't
married
care
probably
about
not gonna be
married now.
looking
You
her
know she
way.
don't care about married
She
folks.
don't care about married girl. She
Miss Boogie Down, you up here? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop
Oh, okay.
down. My phone is dying. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
yeah. It's she need listen. I know she doesn't want to be stuck in one place, and I wholeheartedly get that. I get the wanderlust, and you want to be able to split when you want to. But the RV might not be it for her. I'm just saying because
I don't think it is, Vicky. I don't think it is.
it's gonna come with too much cost. It's gonna come with too many costs. She has to buy too much. I don't think she thought about the startup cost of all this. Like, you know what I mean? She was like, oh, I can just go get this RV, and but then he's sitting there listing off all this stuff. Get the inverter, get this, get that. Check your smoke alarms, do that, and it's like she has bad anxiety too,
And
and
impulsive too.
yeah, and she's very impulsive. So you dealing with somebody with some serious mental health issues, this wasn't a good idea, man. And it's talking about she went and got a machete and like girl,
The
who
wind
you
can blow her down. I don't know what the hell a machete gonna do for her.
exactly.
But she also got the "I'll do it on Monday" itis off. Also, she never completes anything. Um, like you said, she's compulsive and she has anxiety, and she'll start something and then she just can't finish it for whatever reason. And I don't understand. If you research something for 7 years, why wouldn't you research the cost? The cost should be the first thing that you look at.
And it's a camper too. It's not an RV. It's a camper. So that to me that would be like the easiest thing to purchase or to rent out. But so if it's $600, let's say she is renting, it's $600 to rent. Then it's another 750 to for gas. She could go find like a cheap one bedroom or a studio apartment. I'm sure for like $1,200, and she might luck out and find one that has utilities included.
That's what
I'm
she
just
said a single mom should do. Them kids don't need no room with no door on it.
listen. My mom and I, we did like for one period of time when she first started teaching. We did live in a one bedroom. My mom sacrificed and gave me the bedroom most of the time. And every now and then, as a kid, I would feel bad that my mom was sleeping on the couch. But it was the neighborhood that we lived in. It was very safe. It was in a high rise, it was like a kind of a luxury high rise because she wanted to feel like be secure. Because it was in a different city that I was unfamiliar with. So we did live in a one bedroom, but that was, we went back to New Orleans because we lived in Minnesota. That was Minnesota. We went back to New Orleans because it was too cold. Like we don't cold. Them below zero degree winters. No, thank you. So we went back to New Orleans, and of course, we went back to a two-bedroom. Kids need their privacy. They need to feel like they're growing up and have their own space. And so do mamas and
Do she
parents.
got those
Period.
kids with her?
Who? No, hell no,
Oh,
girl.
I thought you was saying that she had those kids with her because the
No,
kids need privacy.
no. She was.
That,
She said single mothers
oh, okay, that's what she
shouldn't be
said.
shouldn't be worried about.
But did she give those kids back though?
She said she did.
So just forget the kids, no matter what position they mommy in, because the last call I heard about the kids, and I haven't been really keeping up with the calls, but the last I heard, she said the mom was in the same position, and there wasn't no changes in the mother's behavior, and mother was, still doing kind of bad and doing the same. So you just go take those kids back to the
You think
mom,
she give a fuck?
and the mom ain't doing no better. I don't understand that.
But you think Sonya give a damn? Sonya, I mean, I'll give it to Sonya. She did. I mean, she doesn't seem like a good emotionally attached kind of grandma.
Uh-huh.
Like giving the kid like love and all that stuff. What I think a grandmother should do, or like a step grandma, whatever the hell she is, foster mom. But Sonya gets bored quickly. This was fun for a little bit, and it was. She liked the idea of being a grandma, extra grandma, because her granddaughter it turned 18, and her son, he's a plumber's apprentice, and her daughter, just doing what she do. So she didn't really have anybody to manage, and Nesto ain't really. She ain't stunting this stuff no more because she didn't get in trouble. She's bored. She don't want to be a foster mom anymore. She done.
Wow.
And then she probably didn't want to pay rent anymore. She didn't want to be locked down. She was tired of Georgia, and she took off. I wouldn't be surprised if she living at a homeless shelter. To be honest with you.
I mean, God, I don't know. I just love kids a lot. And that would be hard for me to put those kids back in that same situation that they came out of, especially if the mom got the problems that she said the mother had.
Right.
And I just wouldn't have the heart to just drop those kids off like that.
I
Even if
don't.
I had to take them on the road with me or make some other arrangements or whatever. Hopefully she gave them, because at one time she alluded to a grandmother or a godmother or somebody like that, didn't she? Say that they had, or somebody else in the family for the kids.
Somebody. She said. I know Sydney didn't want to be bothered with it anymore. That's what she said now.
Uh-huh.
And as far as she said there was somebody else, the godmama or grandma or somebody was like
Yeah.
they didn't want to answer the phone anymore.
Right, right.
Because I think the girl keeps having kids. So it would be hard for me to get back. I'm with you. It would be because even though I'm not a biological mother yet, it would
Right.
be very hard for me to give up the kids. Like just period. Um, I'm not putting them back in that situation unless, the law told me I had to give them back. And even
Right.
then, I probably would still try to figure out a way to fight.
Right. Because that would
Because
be so heartbreaking to me to just drop them off, and I would be so worried about them. Like she worried about Buckwheat's ass,
she
and
ain't worried
he
about him.
I mean, she act like she is anyway, because like y'all said and Lady T Buck said, he's paying her some attention. But, these kids were dependent on her, and I mean, you put them in a stable environment, and I don't know, maybe I'm just too
No,
biased
you're not.
too
No, you're not.
biased when it comes to kids. I just wouldn't have been able to just give them up like that. Even if I wanted to go live the van life, I probably would have sacrificed staying where I was located at, just to try to give, and then try to encourage the mom, to do better, and try to encourage her to go to rehab, try to do something with the kids. I just wouldn't drop them back off in that same position. My heart wouldn't be been able to do that. I don't
But
know.
by the time, like, as long as she claims that I get that you get to a certain age, you don't want to start all over again. You don't want to start being a mama all over again. But I think Sonya kind of put herself out there to watch these kids, and she got emotionally attached with it. But look how quickly she gave up the little boy. The little boy was he. I guess he must have been a nuisance, and instead of disciplining him, because it doesn't seem like the kids were like she was disciplining them in a way that could correct her behavior, because the baby was over there hitting her, and the first time the baby would have hit me, we gonna have
Right.
it out. I'm gonna whoop your ass, and you gonna learn. Don't hit. I mean,
Right.
and we gonna talk afterwards, just like the old school way. I only hit you because I love you. You know,
And
she
I
just.
understand that, but she started out. I mean, who wants to take care of kids in their 50s? I totally understand that.
Hmm.
But why did you sign up in the beginning? I mean,
That's
why
my
did you
point.
even do it at all? If you weren't gonna do it, why did you even start out doing it? And that's my whole thing.
That's my point.
Yeah.
That's the point I was
So
making. She signed up for that shit. She went and purposely picked the girl up, picked the little baby up, and I think I don't know. It's just me. She picked that. She was bored. She needed something to do, and then I don't know what happened. I haven't heard anything. Maybe Lady T-Bug can enlighten us later on if she hears something on the calls, um, or if she goes on Angelica's channel and says something. But she gave the baby back, or she found somebody to take the baby, and you know I just feel bad. I do feel bad for the kids. I felt bad for the kids from the get-go, just going back and forth. Sonya does not seem like a stable environment either. um Leaving the kids in the car while she go visit with Nesto, just weird stuff like that. It it just it's the whole thing. But she did put herself out there, and she volunteered to take care of this little girl. She had her Monday through Friday.
exactly.
And I know it's a lot. I know it's a lot. Why you think I haven't had kids? I mean, you got to be selfless when you have kids. You take on anybody else but yourself. You got to be selfless
Right.
and give yourself. You got to give yourself grace, but you also have to give the kids grace and understand that they're not stable. But she also doesn't have rights over that baby.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have went and tried to get legal rights, like sign this paper, bitch, because
Right.
if you not doing right, and then if the kid goes into CPS, be honest, I mean something. I don't know why they didn't. I don't know. I know people were saying like no to CPS, but
But at the end of the day, though, I'm just noticing now, like CPS ain't CPSing too much no more. It's
no,
like if somebody in the family can take them, or if they got somebody that'll take the children, it's no problem with them leaving those kids with anybody.
they could have done a
That
private
that look
adoption.
that look safe or what have you. And if the kids were on the streets, in my opinion, she is a more safer option than being on the streets with the mom. And if the mom
That's
was
yeah.
out there doing what she claimed she was doing,
Hmm.
then this is a more safer environment. I mean, it's a crazy environment. Don't get me wrong. Not saying that all the elevator going to the top floor, but at least it's not on the bottom floor. At least she did have a stable environment for them, a little bit of structure, and then they were able to eat, and have at least they had the basics in life, and a little stability. So
I mean, that's what I was saying. I'm like, okay, I give her props in a sense for okay, she did, she stepped up and she took one kid and tried to take the other kid. It just was too much. Two kids under the age of 5 was a lot to
a
handle.
lot.
And
Yeah.
then they damn near feral kids, they wild kids, probably have not grown up with any kind of structure, no proper diet, no sleep pattern. They're not learning anything, just putting them in front of a TV and teach yourself something. That's
Well, hell, that's a lot of kids in America, so that ain't no deal. I mean, that ain't no big
eh,
deal. It's a lot of kids in America that I'm
I know.
sorry to say it, but it's a lot of you know real parents, parents that had kids that just put their children in front of the TV. I'm just saying, the environment was a little bit stabler, more, a little bit more safer and stabler than what the mother had. And I gotta give her that much,
I know. I
and
get
that really was nice of her to even,
take
take
them
care
on.
of 'em. You have to take them on that way, but just to give them back up, that's the part I'm saying. I don't think I
Well,
would have been able to do that
I
that
wouldn't
quick.
have been able to do it either. But they also could have done a private adoption too. They could have, there were ways for those kids to possibly have a fighting chance. I'm
Hmm.
and there are families out there who are, infertile,
Right.
and they don't mind taking on, they would love to take on the brother and the sister. Uh, there's options out there, but yeah, I would really, really have a tough time. I probably would not be giving them up if I'm going to go on the road. Then we just going on the road together, and the mom just gonna have to like, you sign off on this. I'm gonna use your address, bitch, because I'm getting stamps and I'm getting benefits for these kids, but we're leaving. Like, and figure out a program. That would be my choice. But this woman she gets bored. She's
I know.
like, the fly goes by and she's like, ooh, fly. You know, she's in mid conversation. She's talking to herself. A lot of times nobody's there and she's just talking to herself.
Well, I think also too though. I think she had those kids because she was thinking that Buckwheat may have been going to court, and I think she just had those kids to keep her busy until he got out of jail. And it don't look like he's gonna be getting out or what have you. So maybe that's why she just, cause in my opinion, she done basically put him down too. In my opinion, she's done with the whole project of Atlanta. Whatever was in Atlanta, it appears that she's almost done with all of it. And granted, yeah, she still kind of talked to him a little bit on text messages and, here and there phone calls, but it's nothing like that what they were doing in the beginning. And I don't know if his lawyer told him not to talk to her like that no more, or what happened, but it seems like she's done with Atlanta, and whatever happened in Atlanta is gonna stay in Atlanta. And it looked like her ass done got ghost, and she's done.
You know, when she asked him, "Have you ever been to an RV show?" I ain't saying nothing on the phone. So his
Yeah,
lawyer has talked to his lawyer got in that ass. It's like,
right.
if you don't you acknowledge anything about your past, nothing. Not, you don't say how many kids you have. You don't say nothing at all. If you want me to appropriately represent you, don't say nothing. All she asked him was, "Have you ever been to an RV show?" It's like, well, damn, do they have a story about you going to an RV show, Nesta? What did
Well,
somebody come?
but RV is part of his story, though. That may be part of the case
He,
because things did happen on his RV, and remember he traded Gail's car in
oh,
to
she did
get an
mention that.
RV. Yeah, he traded. Remember, he went and bought himself an RV with Gail's money. So no, he can't discuss RVs. That is part of his case. So that's
Mm,
why he had to shut her down when it comes to anything about anything. So.
wait. Was it on this call? Am I mixing up calls? Because I was listening to an old something today, and it was when it was a call when Shirley was. It was like right after February. It was right at the beginning of February in 2023. I guess Shirley. This is when Shirley was done paying for lawyers. She was kind of like, Sonia told them, or Sonia claims Lamont said, "Don't tell Nesto," but Shirley says she's done with paying for attorneys. And Sonia incriminated him. She's like, "Well, when you traded in your Prevost to get her truck."
Hmm. I don't know if it was on this call because I
It
missed
wasn't.
I
I don't
missed
Okay,
some
I'm
of
know.
this
sorry,
call. Yeah, I
Mm-mm.
missed some of
but
this call, but
Mm-mm.
yeah, he can't discuss
It
RVs and
wasn't.
stuff though.
she's incriminated. She's done a doozy on this case, but she really didn't. I forgot. I hadn't listened to that call since I heard it, and then I think we came on here and talked about it. But she said, yes, when you traded it, you told me you traded in your Prevost for her truck. I was like, well, wait a minute, bitch. Did you read the warrant?
No,
But
but
I
she
mean,
ain't read it. Remember,
no.
she didn't even know how to look the stuff up. She was calling the clerk and
I
calling
mean,
the law office.
But she
she's
always incriminating him. Even when she was talking, remember she was so jealous of that little girl, and she kept putting him in places with that little girl, and kept talking about things that could have possibly happened with the 18-year-old. So this is not the first time that she's incriminated him. And why I was out yesterday, uh, no, that was this morning. I was washing my car, and Teddy
Uh-huh.
Pendergrass came on. I thought about Lady T Bug when
Turn
she
them off.
he said, turn off the lights. I turned the damn song off. I'm like, oh, hell no, Pandora. I'm not trying to hear
close
this
the
song today.
door.
Oh my God.
Turn them off.
Turn him off. And as soon as he said that, I turned him right on off. I'm like, I can't. I said, damn, Buckwheat got me where I can't even listen to Teddy Pendergrass no more. Thinking about him. But yeah, she incriminates him a lot on a lot of these calls. You know, put him in places and putting them in familiar places with familiar
Right,
people and
right,
familiar things. You know, so that's probably why that's why he's like, I ain't saying. I just listen and I ain't saying nothing on this phone no more.
right.
And now he knows. I mean, he giving her pretty much like the Shirley treatment. It's like, okay, I just keep calling her. She'll put a little something, something on my books,
Yep, yep.
and
That's
Yeah.
the
she
only
she
reason
wants,
he know he'll use her. So
Hmm.
yeah, she wants to go back to the tablet calls, and he like, bitch, I do not want to see you anymore because you looking rough, and he just
they
like, well,
say get your ball cap and your shades on, baby.
right.
Put your
Right.
put your what's the cream she said to put on there?
She said
On the
baby
eye.
oil.
Preparation H,
Oh,
didn't she say?
preparation
Mm-hmm.
A.
Put
Was
your
Um,
preparation H up under your eyelids. Let's
yeah.
go.
Did Sean tell him freedom is not near if he keeps talking to her?
Sean told him like,
Dog, freedom ain't gonna be near you. Keep talking
Sean
to
said
him.
it's me or her. Do you want her
Right.
to represent you or me? Because I can go red now and tell the tell the state I can't do it.
well, he can't withdraw. So I mean, I'm pretty sure
That
he
was a
can.
joke, Vicky.
No, I'm just speaking. I'm just speaking. I don't think he can withdraw, but he can sit. He can like not be as feverish as he was. Trying to be a good advocate for Ernesto, because he might just like, okay, well, this one just gonna be
I
a this
would.
gonna he
I
would
would,
back
baby.
off.
Yeah. It's
I mean, he hard headed and he want to continue to, for whatever reason, like y'all
that's
said, I
fine.
guess he need them $5 to buy some zoom zooms and wham whams, or to
Yeah, that's better than nothing.
keep kidney
Kidney
Ken off
punch.
his back. Yeah, kidney
Yeah.
punch Ken off his back or whatever. Because I think he paying for protection, in my opinion.
He ain't
But
got enough money for that.
he
He
ain't
ain't
got
got
enough money
yeah.
for that.
Mm-mm.
He got to go back to getting to selling pictures. I got this cute little thing. Look. She got them blueberries. They still sitting up nice. Just ignore the face, but look at the body.
And them people
Everything
like,
but the
I thought you had somebody. That ain't. I mean, most people not
no.
attracted to that.
Over in the CP area,
Right.
they may be.
What the guy say?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, I
yeah,
forgot what dorm he in.
y'all got to go to members. Lady T-Bug members. Well, Pop's probably in the
Oh,
honor
what you gonna
dome.
say about that? I know you got something to say. I don't have to about spit my smoothie out.
Pop's in the goddamn honor dome. She gonna give me two motherfucking jobs, man. Making me two goddamn jobs when I get out
Thank
here,
you,
man.
Pepper.
Shit. For those who aren't in members, please join Lady T-Bug. I don't know if you want to post up your membership link, but there's some quality stuff in there, and it's totally related. Excuse me, totally unrelated, but kind of related to Nesto. There's a call in there. There's a jailhouse call, and it's funny though. Dion had money on the account, so it must be.
$18, girl. He had like $19.
So Dion's putting money on his phone number.
But did you hear them at the beginning? Patty said she missed it. She had to go back. I thought you was my daddy. He better go sit down somewhere. Did you catch that?
I heard, yes, I heard him say he better go sit down somewhere. Now, okay, how does this? Where's Shan at? Shan, come explain this.
She got flight. Sharon got
Damn it. Okay,
no, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just talking junk. I don't know where Sharon at. But
so
she home now. She's back. She got jet
Okay.
lag.
Finna say she
So
got jet lag going on.
do they can I just put money on my phone number and whomever calls me, I can accept or deny the call?
No.
Oh.
And
So
that's why they was getting tired of going through her because you it's under the phone number.
that's what
It's
I'm
under
saying.
that
Can I
individual phone number. Unless you call them collect with the $6. Well, I think it's not $6 anymore, but
Well, that's what I was asking. So if I say I put money on 775-322-6666,
mm-hmm.
that's my number, and then
Mm-hmm.
anybody who has my number, they can call me, and if there's money on there, I can deny or accept the call.
No, I think they have a phone like you when you put the money under your number, they can
That's
only
what
call that number.
that's
That
what I'm
make
saying. Yes, I put it on my
but
phone,
you
my phone
said
number.
anybody. No, not anybody, just that one person.
Oh, so he put it on his homeboy. He
Yeah,
put it
that's
on.
why they was always going through her. Because remember, they were giving her the money, and that's why they was doing those three-way calls. So
Okay,
they got tired of her ass.
okay, all right. The yeah, he ain't had no problem putting money on his phone, but I thought you was my daddy, and then he just passing the phone around.
But
I
did he
forgot.
sound sad? Like he be,
No, he's like, she. No, he just got the top row of his braces, man. He didn't get his bottom row. All these, it's so funny. All these boys out here getting braces. She.
And they all doing theft by taking shit. Sound
Oh
Oh,
like
yeah, he did
girl,
tell me about
baby,
death by
I was
taking.
like theft by.
baby,
I say,
baby.
see, I knew it was a whole organization ring. I knew it was a whole ring going on with that.
She, they got me on the damn humble. Like I'm not that street smart. I have been trying to figure out what a humble was for years now. Somebody who is still in the streets. Tell me what a humble charge is, cause they use that on the TV show The Wire. Oh, they just picked me up on a humble and they released me. I've heard that term.
Chicago people, is that something Chicago? I never heard before.
It's he because the dude said, yeah, they got me. She I ain't never. They got to give me a bond. He sound like Nesto. Yeah, shit. I've been here 90 days. I'm just gonna sit out, gonna ride it out. But shit, they breaking the light bulb. You get all the other shit that you got to fix up. Shit.
Let me hear that thing roar. Let me hear that thing roar.
Let me hear the thing roll. Yeah, let me hear the thing roll. Yeah, oh my god, yeah. One more time. Passing the phone around. Yo, who there? Like they just,
They say it's a BS charge. It
oh,
could
it's a
be anything.
a BS charge. Well, what you theft by? His was theft by conversion, right? Or theft by taking?
Now he said theft by taking.
It was theft by taking. Okay.
That's what he said. Yeah.
So are these fools just getting cars? Like, because they all
Baby,
talking about cars.
he
It
done
could be
taught the
anything.
he done taught the whole block how to do what they do.
Right. I mean, girl, and it's like it's because like you said, Lady T Bug, their phone system is somewhat jacked up. So it was, girl, it took everything out of me. I had to park the car. I was just sitting there listening. I put the radio on loud. Then I put my over the ear headphones on. I said, "What the
Mhm.
fuck are they saying?" I can only make out a few words because I mean, I can speak Cajun. I can speak. I understand quite a bit. I can even speak like West Virginian. That I can the Appalachian Mountains talk. I mean I understand quite a bit of mushmouthery, but this. Shit, let me hit that thing roll. Yeah, motherfucker, yeah. Yeah, shit, I gotta get my redone. Yeah, that. Well, shit, man, he just got the top row of his brace. He got the top row. He ain't get the bottom row yet. She just out here making his clothesline. And,
That he
and it,
stole that man idea. I don't know if you heard me say he stole his idea.
which
That
one?
the clothing line. Because why you got a clothing line now, sir?
Y'all just out here you trying to make this clothesline pop off. Yeah. Yeah, I thought she was my daddy. My daddy and Pop's probably in the honor dome. Yeah. Pop's probably in the honor dome. I
That's
could,
what he said, because he ain't seen him.
yeah. Like you could buy some clothes, you but you should get but buy you a stove. They'll let you get $75 up in here. You'll
But
get
but hold on though. Dion telling his daddy not to talk on the phone, but wasn't he talking on the phone to his boys like that?
Yeah, but he didn't know we was gonna get a call.
Yeah, but he
Because
telling.
we ain't monitoring his, but it was because of us,
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
not
That's why he said don't talk.
mm, to his daddy.
Yeah, to
Because
his
it's gonna
daddy.
be
Yeah.
on, social media.
Hmm. But he sure was on there talking to his boys though, real freely, like his boys.
He didn't know it was gonna end up on the internet.
Yeah, I bet he mad it in the mud right now. Man, I
Really.
can't say nothing. Them folks is just tripping. They don't let nobody have no privacy. But I'm sorry, Dion, we don't live in a privacy world anymore. Privacy is not a thing anymore. Not in today's world. It's not.
That was too funny. I said they're gonna be tickled about this one.
Right, right, yeah. I really was, I'm like Vicky. It was a mush mouth call. I was trying to follow along.
It was too many people, jumping on and off.
Yeah, yeah. It was a lot of people jumping in on it. I had to actually listen to it twice just to even understand what they were talking about. Because at first I thought they were talking about buckwheat when I thought it was Dion saying that, I'm in here for theft by taking. I'm like, Dion in jail? So I had to go back and re-listen to it again. But yeah, it was a bunch of jibber jabber. And
Yeah,
yeah.
Thought about that, Muffin. He told you can text, you get a tablet. He talking about man. He talking about man.
But they don't mind holding each other down when they in jail, though. That's one thing I can say about them. When somebody go to jail, it's like everybody on board, and they all trying to, put their little $5 and $10 together to hold each other down. So, they don't mind doing that because then Dion said he was gonna put some on his books.
He probably did. He just ain't doing put shit on that stuff.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, now you put money on your boy books, but you can't put no money on your daddy. You act like you got a problem with putting money on your daddy books. But maybe his boy done more for him than his dad did because, like I said before, I feel like Buckwheat was being stingy with his money. He probably was giving them $10 and $20 at a time. He probably wasn't really handing out no money to them like that. Playing like he was broke all the time and he ain't got it, or if he do give you some money, then you have to do a service for him. You got to work, you got to go wash a car, or you got to go you got to go do something in order for him to give, some money. And I feel like that's why come Dion not being freely with his money to Buckwheat, because I don't feel like Buckwheat was being free with his money when he had Shirley's money. And let me correct that wasn't his money when he had access to Shirley's money. I don't feel like he was just handing that out to Dion like that. And you may go get him, help him maneuver a car some kind of way. And I don't know what way, because I don't feel like he went and bought one. But, I feel like he probably got one, the wrong way, and possibly could have given it to Dion or what have you. But I just don't feel like he was that free with his money when he had it. When he had it like that, I don't feel like he was just giving it out like that.
Muttley's boo. I do remember that. And that's what Dion told him. He said, when I got in my trouble, it was people outside of Georgia that helped me. So to me, he was letting me know that, Daddy, you ain't do shit for me. So I'm gonna return the favor.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you. I remember.
Let me go back and read Muttley's chat. What Muttley said about that.
Sorry, y'all. I got a work call on a Sunday, which is a rarity. I mean, she kept calling because I have on my do not disturb. So she called me. She's like, I am lost. But I'm sorry.
Tell the truth. Yep.
What y'all were talking about? I want to come and change the subject on it. Was it I
Well,
know.
I was just saying that Dion was holding his boys down, but he wasn't holding Buckwheat down, and they're
Right.
reminding us that Dion said that Buckwheat wasn't holding when he was in jail. His boys held him down, not his daddy.
That's true too. Because I don't recall him saying anything about Nesto putting money on his books. He did not. He did not say, "Yeah, Daddy, you showed it. You held it down for me, Daddy."
No, he said his boys held him down, not his
Yeah,
daddy.
shit. It's folks that you never would thought of hell come through hell you down.
Right.
That come held me down.
Mm-hmm.
But then Nesto likes to make it seem like when Dion got hurt at the mall, when he had his incident, he calling for get my daddy. Well, who else do you ask? I mean, you ask for your parents. Like when you get, you in a hospital or something happened to you, you do be begging for your mama or your daddy. And I don't know when that's so things about this whole parent. I mean, I do know what he thinks. Fuck them kids, but he's like, but that's I. Lady T Bug, I know your mama's passed, and I said what I said. Your mama's passed too, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, for those of us who are still blessed to, have our parents around, I know y'all have your parents in spirit, but like, you do want to, you want the comfort of your parents. And
Mm-hmm.
that's so just like well, I gave him life, huh? What
Well,
I need a,
he act like it's a courtesy if he come visit you in the hospital,
yeah.
and just like he holding Sonya to the fire about holding him down, and she the one who brings it up. He don't bring it up, but she brings it up when you came and see me at the hospital every
Oh
day.
yeah.
And so, um, so what, like Shan or whoever, or you or whoever, whatever he do for you, baby, he don't ever forget. If he bought you a stick of gum, then you have to repay him back while he's down and out. And
Right.
what I was saying was earlier, Vicky, I don't feel like when he was had access to Shirley money, I don't feel like he was giving Dion that much money.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I
Yeah,
don't
I
believe
just
that.
don't feel like he was being that free with it, and he was giving Dion that much money because he don't seem like that type. And if he did give him something, I'm telling you, Dion had probably have to go do a whole
Yes.
week's worth of work for him to give him $20.
Come wash the car, cut the grass, take out the trash, trim the hedges, and park my car and put some cardboard underneath my truck. Like I mean, it's a chore list in order to get a few $50. Like he's Nesto is a cheapskate when it comes to parsing out that money. When his payment plan, Patrick, he want everybody payment plan. I don't know how many times we heard him say payment plan during all. I think we've heard at least 200 to said 200 to 250 calls from this man, probably more than
Yeah.
that. But
Yes.
yeah. So I think we've got a pretty good assessment of the base of his personality. He is a ripoff. He's a rip. He if he's giving you something, there's always a catch to it. With Shirley, if he's giving you your time, it's like, well, I gave you some time, so go ahead and pay my lawyer. Or it's like I'm giving you a little bit of my time, and with Sonya, it's a trade off. He just listens to her ramble. It's like, he be sick of it.
Right.
He's absolutely sick of hearing her talk. But with like Dion, he got money on the phone for his homies. Like he's like, tell me, I thought you was my daddy. I mean, just the fact that he got a little $20 or $18 on his homie's account, and they trying to get together to send him some more. Or what was it? Was it the cash app? Oh, he somehow he got $18 on his friend's phone. He was able to figure that out cool, but then he calling Nesto's friend. I'm assuming that was Dre that he called to say, if I send you some money, can you send you through
Because he
Cash
don't
App?
fool with Lamont.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. So if I send you some money, can you go ahead and put it on his account? Now, how you figure out how to put it on your homeboy's account, but you you sitting there trying to like you putting on a presentation for your daddy. Like, well, I got him on the phone now, so I might as well go ahead and get get it set up. Why you keep putting? I mean, and I'm not saying Nesto doesn't deserve it. I just want everybody to know, like when I'm saying these things, I am not saying Nesto doesn't deserve this kind of treatment. However, what I'm saying is that well, I keep putting the man's spirits up, saying because we've heard a call where Nesto says, what Dion's like, you got some zooms and wham whams. No, yeah, I ain't got none of that, brother. You want some? Just send me what you can, tell me what you can do.
But
And
he
then
ain't, but he act like though.
Maybe
But he
Nesto
told him
did that to him as a kid. I don't know.
right. But he's told him though. He said, "Well, I put you don't call me. If I put some money on the books, you don't ever call me." But all of it is not Dion's fault either, because Buckwheat won't call him. Buckwheat just want to call Shirley for the money, and he want to call Sonya for the entertainment. Other than
But
that,
that's what he used to doing. That's what I'm trying to
right,
say. He's used to having a woman in charge, a woman that he can set up
use
to make the plays. Like,
right.
so I think he got wrapped up in that same MO, his words. That's not my MO. That's not my MO. In that same MO with Cynthia.
and that's
Yeah.
why she the coach, and that's why he put her in charge.
Hey, Nestos.
And he expected her to represent him a little bit better than what she doing, but he don't have nothing else, so he got to take what he got at this point.
Well, that's his own damn fault, and I don't feel sorry for him. Like
Nope.
you sitting here, you want to feel sorry for yourself about this. I ain't got nobody else. Everybody else done left me. No, 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 no. You alienated yourself from everybody else, and those you didn't alienate, you gave permission for this cow to go ahead and
Nope.
alienate you from them too, and to be able to try to dictate the relationship. Even the mothers they call with Liberty, I called her before. I was talking to her beforehand, and I told her she can't say nothing on these calls because these
Well,
hoes. These
she never was saying nothing, so that wasn't shit to even talk about.
I know, but like you, I mean, the fact that she tries to like dictate what
Yeah,
her and you can't
take
say nothing.
charge.
Yeah, you taking charge over his relationship with her, and I would be paranoid too. Like even if I wasn't somebody who talked a lot with my
I
father,
want
it was.
I want to answer.
Well, no, I wouldn't answer the second time because I'm sure, like when she answered the phone was for Sonya, it was probably just to get like an update, and then Sonya, oh rude, no etiquette, phone etiquette, having ass, like just she there, that's your daughter. Y'all can talk for 30 minutes, okay? Like
And yeah, Miss JEJ, that's the same thing I was thinking about.
Yeah, he did
He
tell her to block him. Yeah.
Yeah, he told her to block everybody. So he
exactly.
better be glad that people even talking to him at this point,
Hey, Friday. I don't
because
think I spoke to
he
you.
have talked about everybody. He got mad at everybody,
Right.
and then he told her to block everybody. So at this point, he ought to be happy that anybody's even having any type of conversation with him,
Right.
including Little Scooter, because he talked about her too.
Oh, he definitely got lucky that she's still talking to him because she called herself getting pissed off with him when he
Can't afford.
huh
When
Can't
he said,
afford him.
she can't
yeah
afford me.
That's the
when she
maddest I think she's gotten, and that one mad for me. Not
I
mad.
wasn't
Real
no
like we would be mad. Yeah.
she got mad at that, but you didn't get mad at all the other stuff. She's cuckoo, him calling you crazy and all that stuff. Like, girl, he's I mean he's kept it cute about her, knowing that she's kind of like, I guess, because he feels like maybe she's in control of a lot of things out there. She's in contact with everybody. I do think he knows that she's absolutely unstable
Hmm.
and that he cannot control her. But once again, this is his own fault. Um, like Miss Boogie Down says, I have to agree with her there. He put his faith in her instead of putting your faith in Shirley or anybody else. I know
How you
Dion
gonna
is
put your faith in someone that left?
talking
And
about initially.
also too, Seemed like she would have got mad and whenever he laughed at her, because everything she do, he laugh about it and
He
talk about
bust
it.
out laughing on
He
this
bust,
call.
yeah, he bust out laughing at everything she do or get. Whenever she talk about her car, her RV, her ponytail, her apartment, no matter what she get or what she do, he
Mm-hmm.
always look at, he always either dismiss it or laugh at her. And that just go right, right above her head, like he ain't laughing at her or nothing. And that's what would piss me off the most. Um, Talking about I came looking for you and you can't afford me, that wouldn't have made me mad right there. What would make me mad is you laughing at every effort that I'm doing, every little, every step I make or everything that I'm trying to accomplish. You don't think it's good enough, so you gonna laugh at me. To me, that would piss me off more than anything.
That would have made me mad because I'm giving you, I'm, even though people don't like her, she's accepted way more phone calls than anybody else. She was, even though she didn't know what she was doing, she was calling his lawyer. She was jumping for him. She was her little $600. She say that she's sending him a month. For you to say that, and I'm doing that out the goodness of my heart, without no expectations, from you, nothing. I'm not expecting anything back from you. That would have pissed me off. That part would have pissed me off.
Well, did she ask him why you laughing?
Hmm.
And
She'll
he
be
just,
listening enough. I don't even think she be hearing them laugh. She just be talking, 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 not listening.
okay. But yeah, he's too disrespectful for me to like to be trying to sit there and show some loyalty to.
Yeah, I
Like
could
he
take my $600 a month and spend it on my granddaughter. Like, oh, okay, if I can't afford you, baby, I wouldn't have spent another dime on him.
Myself, shit.
right, and I mean, he pivots from the kids talk because he's just like, again, once again, f them kids. Some kids, them kids ain't getting money. That's his thought process. They ain't getting money. Just like that.
He don't like kids, so it don't matter.
I mean, yeah, don't like them, don't like them. They're still her creation, and she is now. I will say she does get defensive when back in the day she was talking about cutting her son's hair and getting him together or whatever. He was trying to tell her let him be a man, which is true. She should let her son grow up and be a man. And it seems like he's trying to get his life together, um, in his own way, in his own time. And you do have to let kids kind of grow up and do what they do. He just like you gave them life. Like what more do they need? Go on and let them grow up on their own. And even with her daughter. Now I know she talks crap about her daughter and says like she's not a good mother, and she it seems like that talk has stopped completely because so, you always know when something's happened with Sonya is when she stops talking about something or when she changes her whole tune about something. Because she changed her whole tune with her daughter. Because she was talking like a lot of crap about her daughter in the beginning, like saying her daughter was what did she call her daughter? A babysitter mom.
I have no clue.
She called her daughter
Mhm.
a babysitter
I don't,
mom.
yeah, I
That
don't
that
be paying attention to the.
I don't.
Sometimes I do, but mainly I try to be figuring out what the hell going on with this though.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know, but
that's what
it's
Whatever.
that's the part I be listening to. But
I.
hold on
Go
one
ahead.
second about that, Vicky though. And well, no, go ahead and talk about that because I want to talk about this other. I want to talk about this members call, the way that food was hanging around at the ranch.
No, go ahead. Talk about that because
Why
you have
was
to
it?
jog it.
Why was his ass just sitting around, lurking around, and just looking in them kids' mouth? And
Because he
when
can't
Dion
talk.
was Dion was talking to the boys, right,
Mm-hmm.
at the boys' ranch, and that stuff was just sitting up there like doing the mannequin challenge. I mean, just sitting there looking at them kids' mouth like they really was talking about something, like he really wanted to say something, but he didn't know
You
what to
talking about the
say.
video?
Yeah, it's like he didn't like, dude. I thought you were supposed to be mentoring these kids. You standing around like a damn bump on the log, grinning and shit, and they have nothing to say. I didn't understand that. What was
In the
his
car,
purpose?
said they want to listen to the audio. Man, I told you I was looking for that other video I told y'all when she was talking about she was one of the mistress or whatever. I was looking for that. And I came across them, but I said, "Oh, okay, I can make me another little video."
That was the weirdest, the
I thought it-
stupidest thing I ever seen. I'm like, and you see Steve over there interacting with the boys, talking to him, Dion interacting, talking to the boys, and Buckwheat just sitting up there looking at him
Because he's a
like he's
weirdo.
slow. Huh?
He's a weirdo. He don't like
Very.
kids.
Oh, is that what it is? He just wasn't. He just don't like kids.
I mean, you looking at
But did you see how he was looking at those
yes,
kids?
yes, yes. I was because the video's on a loop.
I bet Chick-fil-A guy said that's tough. Oh my God, he gonna be looking up. I'm sorry. Go
He
ahead,
was
y'all.
just standing around lurking and shit. I'm like, what the F is
I
wrong
wanted to
with
And his
chime in
leg
on that
kicked up in
one.
the daggone chair.
I'm
I'm
like,
like,
I'm like, what the hell is wrong with this fool? He just sitting there staring at them kids, and it's like he was focused on one of them too. He wasn't all of them. It was just one of them he was focused on, and maybe he was like, "Oh, my son." I was like, "Well, maybe this fool thinking his son really spitting the game to the little boy or something." I don't know what.
It was creepy. I'm with y'all on that one. I was like,
It was weird and creepy.
I said, I'm coming back up for that because I was like, wait a minute. Am I the only one who thought that? So wait, I saw it when
No.
Lady T-Bug first dropped it. And then
Right.
I had just woke up and I said, I must have been sleeping wrong. So I'm going to watch it again. Because I said, something's off here. Why is he? First of all, if I was that young boy that was sitting in the middle, I know exactly which one you're talking about. I would have been creeped out, but he was so busy really focused on whatever Dion was saying. He was laughing. I was like, why is he drilling in on that little boy like that? Like, it was weird. It was weird. I was
said,
like,
maybe
this.
he reminded him of Dion when he was a baby, a little boy or something. I'm like,
Well,
what the hell is wrong with this fool?
it didn't look like it was a positive remembrance because he looked like that kid owed him some money. It just looked like it just didn't look good for that kid. It looked creepy. It wasn't like, because you have like a certain glow as a parent when you see like little kids or when you see your kids have kids or whatever. Nah. That sucker there was like real creepy. I was like,
Well,
I
maybe
was like,
maybe the little boy was saying my mama got a lot of money or
no,
something.
one.
Maybe the little boy was saying, we live in a mansion and my mama got a lot of money and we don't know what to do with it. So he was focusing on the
He
boy.
said his mama wanted to be leveled up.
Yeah, his mama wanted to be leveled up. And
right.
get her credit together. So it was something
I was about to say. That sound more like it because we live in a mansion being mentored by them bums. Something that the math ain't mathing. That ain't who you send your kids to be mentored by. I'm just saying. I ain't judging, but I'm judging.
Yeah, but it was something about that little boy.
Yeah,
that he was enamored with that little boy for whatever reason. I don't know what that
he
little boy was saying.
was. He
Okay, I'm
was.
gonna have to give y'all the audio. I got the audio. Vicky, this is an answer to your question.
You got to show the video too, the way he was lurking around him.
I've seen that video before,
It's from
and
his thing, and I was like, I got video. I was
right.
like,
I've seen that before. I've seen it before,
it's
and
from the Buckhead, yeah.
but that when he just sitting like standing around. Dion is the one actually doing the talking and doing the mentoring, and I think it seemed like Dion actually was invested in it, and his daddy just came through and mess up the church's money again on every single angle. Ernesto messed up the church. They ain't fooling with none of the
Lady
Williamses.
T-Bug, is that the boys that he got the mentoring through Steve Harvey?
Yeah, they was at the ranch.
Steve was over there sitting down. You can see Steve over there sitting down talking to him. And I thought at any minute this nigga gonna bring some chicken out or some coffee or something the way he was standing.
If I was a parent of one of them boys and that was one of my boys, I'd find Steve Harvey and beat his A right now. How dare you put this around my kids?
And even he looks crazy like when Dion's sitting down when they're sitting down on the bus.
He was looking. Oh, there's somebody wanted to hear that too.
Yeah, yeah,
in the
yeah. The bus
car
ride.
when
Yeah.
they was
when
talking.
when they
No,
were on,
no.
yeah, I
When
think
they
they were on a
on their way,
transport bus. Yeah,
yeah,
and
yeah,
Dion
they was
Dion
on
was
their way up there.
Dion was talking, and Nesto just sitting there like looking like a weirdo. Like he's just mute. Like something about there's something in his eyes that just looks absolutely like dead and vacant. Like
Yes,
he's
yes,
something in his eyes when even
yes.
there's videos of him when he's driving around in his truck where he's recording himself. He looked dead behind the eyes, like like sinister almost. I
Yeah.
Oh,
He look like he ain't got a clue of what the hell is going on to me. The way he looking, it don't look so much dead and vacant. It look like it's like you can tell like nothing is upstairs. Nothing,
Well, that
nothing
that
at
could be
all.
dead and vacant, right? It's
I
vacant.
mean,
Like she
yeah,
said, dead and vacant. That there's nothing upstairs. All of
But
these things are applicable.
but
This
even
is true. This
yeah,
is true.
even on the video calls, the way he staring Sonya sometimes, he just be
or he
just
just staring at her because she crazy.
yeah,
He just watching her body movements. That's all.
he just be sitting there just looking stupid. Like say something. God dang, what is wrong with
Cause
you?
he's watching her. If you just sit there, if you put those video calls on mute and you just watch her body movements, she's absolutely bonkers. And I think he just stares at her just as like he just thinking about his punishment. This is my punishment. This is Lord.
Yeah,
Is this my is it? Am I in the afterlife already? Am I in hell
be
or am I in
shit.
purgatory?
The way I see it, I be thinking he be like, I be glad when this be shut up. I be glad when this call is over with, and I'll be glad when she shut the hell up. Cause you
I
can
think
tell he is not interested in nothing she's saying at all, unless she talking about that case.
I think all these things are true. I think there's a lot that be going through his mind. If he don't look like nothing else, he looks like he has a lot on his mind when she be talking. And I do mean a lot.
Are you pulling up the video, the visual, Lady T Bug?
But yeah, that was the weirdest. That was the
nope,
weirdest
that's for
look.
members only.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh,
All right.
but that
So,
was the weirdest video that you've ever played, Lady T Bug. It was yeah, very creepy. Christmas,
The
very
Creep
creepy looking.
Squad. It's the
Yes,
Creep Squad.
yeah,
Oh,
Mm.
it just was like like I said, it looked like Dion was into it. Dion showed. I mean, Dion kind of has that dead behind the eyes look too. Um,
He does. He
and
does.
it could just be like genetics. That's just the way their eyes work. But Nesto,
They look slow.
they
They
do.
look
They
slow.
do.
yes, yes.
And
They
Slow,
do.
and
slow.
and without using the R word, that's what they look like. So we just gonna use the more politically correct and acceptable word, and we gonna just say they look slow.
Very
They
They
do.
look
slow.
slow.
Add another slow to that. Slow, slow, slow.
oh my God, that's
I
so
don't.
funny.
I don't think. And see, the thing is, I don't think Dion is slow. I think he's a person of circumstance. He just got, this is just what he was born into.
Yeah,
Um,
two hood
you know,
rat parents.
But
yep.
he's still slow. Regardless of what he was born into, he's still slow too. I'm sorry,
It's
he's
I
slow.
don't.
genetics. It's genetics.
I don't believe. I disagree with you there. I don't believe that he. I don't believe Dion is slow. I think he is a little more emotional intelligence and a little more intelligence than his father. His daddy is he is slow. Nesto very much is slow, but when he's like in court and when he's in court, yes, he most definitely is the slow the turtle behavior absolutely
Yeah,
is on full display.
I'm sorry, but the mama, the daddy, and the son, all three of them slow to me.
I can see why you feel that way. I really can because I'm sorry, if he buy into this stuff that this man be saying and he about to be 40 years old and he still don't think he need a job,
Hmm.
education, or nothing to better himself, he's slow.
What
Because he should have
bothers
learned
me
that by
with
now.
him with that is that we all discuss the psychology behind it and what we assume, right? Because we don't know and we've never analyzed him, but we assume, he's yearning for that theory of what a perfect family was. Clearly he didn't have it, meeting this man at 13, and you definitely didn't have that. But I think what makes it worse is like you see what's going on, and you
Yes.
are grown enough to understand. And there's nothing wrong with you still wanting to have a relationship with your dad, because we don't get to pick our parents. But the
Right.
mere fact that you seem like you still are buying into his nonsense, that's what disturbs me. It's not the fact that you want a relationship with
Right.
this raggedy piece of crap, because he is
Mhm.
still your dad. You ain't get a choice in that. So you're working with what you have. But damn, if you don't put so much faith in this bum,
Well, I think
and why?
they found an enemy. The common enemy is the public, the public and
Mm,
the courts. So they have
mm,
found a common enemy to blame for Ernesto's circumstance. So he can
okay.
psychologically he can. I do believe Dion knows his daddy is cooked. But I do believe they've found just a common enemy in the public.
Yeah, that
So
makes sense. That makes
because
sense.
he can explain it away as like, oh, these folks cooking you. If it wasn't for the social media, you be out by now. No, no, no. But I wouldn't. I don't know if I could talk. I mean, I know I couldn't talk to my father. Period. But if it was my mother and she were locked up behind it, I would still do for her because we have a different relationship. I have been with my mother since birth. Different that's a different animal. But this man, you only known him for like 20 years. Shit, that's only like 2005. That's enough time.
But he
I
proud
mean,
of him. Daddy, you showed me how to mow the grass. Daddy, you showed
And
me.
he think that's something. That's why he's slow.
Right.
Cause
That's why I
why
say
do
he's
you think?
slow.
Why do you think that's like blueprint to a millionaire
Right.
behavior? No.
He with the ish. He with the ish with his daddy. He know what his daddy was doing, and he okay with that. He knew his daddy was playing Shirley. He knew what his daddy was doing in that barber shop. He
That's
knew what
true.
his daddy was doing with these cars. And just like remember when they were when they were talking about going to South Carolina to pick the car up. Now after the fact, and he was supposed to be letting Shirley use one of the cars. And Buckwheat say, "Well, I didn't say nothing to her about it, but I already know what the deal is. I know what the deal is." And Dion was like, "Yeah, man, you sure right about it." And so they know exactly. Dion know exactly what his daddy is, and he's okay with that. So to me, it's an organization, and y'all all in with the ish,
Yeah.
and you
No,
mad cause he got caught up. And you better
when
be
you're
glad
right, you're
you
right.
didn't get caught up with him.
Yeah. When you're right, you're right.
really, they could. I
But
mean, they
it's
could.
just scary.
They could bring them all in. I mean, yeah, you better be lucky that you're not caught up in the same mess with your daddy.
And you got lucky that they want the big fish and not the small fish.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
again, they have like I said, they have a common enemy. The common enemy is okay. Fulton County, in their opinion, is not looking great. Um, in their, Fulton County is the common enemy, and now that it's been portrayed that social media shouldn't have an interest in Ernest's case. Oh, it's just because of who you married to or who you are. Well, I mean that may be the case, that may not be the case. But he's still accused of ripping off people for a period of, Fonnie only went back to 2009 if I'm not mistaken. So,
Right.
you know, they can prove a pattern further back than that.
That part.
So, I mean, they're just going back as far as they're just proving a pattern. So yeah, you're mad because your dad got caught up, but sir, the media is not the enemy because there's interest in true crime. I'm not gonna just sit here and justify anything, but he's just mad because his daddy's not out here being able to do what he normally does, and that's drive his cars around. Dion's not able to take advantage of Shirley's connections anymore. Um, Get a few dollars from Shirley here and there. I'll whoop Shirley's ass if I find out that she's still giving Dion money.
I don't
Yeah.
think she is. I don't be taking up for she Shirley, but I think she probably just. I hope she's cut all of them off.
Well,
I truly believe that too, Lady T-Bug. I think it's a wrap for them. I think it's a wrap for them because at this point, if she hasn't heard the calls herself, I know her daughter and the people that she's let back in her circle. I know for damn sure they done been running back and telling her, especially the way he kept dogging out poor Miss Debbie there. I know that the word on the street is he ain't ish. So
Right.
the jig is up.
And these people that did try to accept him, as he was with his background,
Mhm.
and you had talk shit about them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that
Exactly.
that with Debbie was horrible. That was horrible. Like every time Debbie spoke to him on the phone, there was enthusiasm. She tried to build him
Yeah.
up, you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
that was outright horrible. Her fat ass gay friend, her fat ass loser girlfriend.
Big
That's because
red, big red.
her man put her ass out. And then what you call it, Lamont of all people who shouldn't call anyone anything of a big essence as big and doofy as his pork chop
Pork
eating
chop.
looking. Yeah, he right. He's sitting up there calling her out her name too big, big nasty or whatever he called fat
Big
nasty or
red.
whatever.
Big
Yep.
stinking ass bitch is what he called her.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he called her fat nasty and fat nasty probably in her ear. Like and again, even when you hung out with them, they both was like saying they had a good time with you or whatever. Like they're really, really the lowest forms of just human scum. It's terrible.
And I
It's
wonder who
terrible.
told them they was that important because they swear
They
that
tell each other that, girl.
they think they swear that they the shits and
Mhm.
that they the cream of the crop and the best in Atlanta and
Mhm.
like nobody can do no better than them and y'all ain't
Mhm.
nothing. And with Buckwheat being in jail, not able to manipulate Shirley, you know, um the curtain has been opened and it has been unveiled, and now all of y'all are broker than broke. All of y'all doing bad. Lamont, my man, since you been in jail, times been hard. Yeah, times are hard. Yeah, cause y'all can't everything hard right now, man. And y'all can't go do nothing no more because everybody it's all out in the open now.
Yeah.
Everything is out in the open, and y'all know these people watching y'all, so y'all can't go make them fraudulent moves that y'all allegedly fraudulent moves that y'all used to make. And so yeah, things are gonna be hard for y'all because y'all ain't got no damn income tax number. Y'all go get a number like everybody else get. It won't be so
Right.
hard for you. And
That's true.
so you ain't got nobody else to use. Everybody, all the women, see what's going on. Buck, we've been plastered all over the TV.
Face
So
card denied. He said his face
yeah,
card
yeah,
been messed up.
his character has been busted wide open. Why he always talking about his character? Well, everybody know his character now. They know his character and the whole crew character.
The
So
whole crew.
everybody know what's what now. And so y'all can't go around here manipulating people. Now you may be able to manipulate some new people that just maybe just got to Atlanta or don't know anything about y'all or haven't seen, don't know anything about y'all organization or what have you. But the barbershop is closed. So that means y'all got to start all over again, and y'all don't have y'all mastermind to finagle his way through the business world to start up a new business, and y'all don't have sense enough to do it yourselves.
Right? And the
Uh,
connect is going too, right? Because that was
Yes,
Shirley. Shirley was the connect. That was what we
exactly.
got to
that was
use.
the
So
punchline. Yep.
That
that
was
was the
that was
punchline.
the
That was the
first.
hook, line, and sinker. Forget the
Yes.
There you
punchline. That
go.
was the hook, line, and sinker right there.
Yeah.
That was closing, opening, and closing the
Right.
deal. You use that woman's name, and it's a daggone shame. It's a daggone shame.
So now you got to try to start over again, and now you want to sell T-shirts and wash cars and shit.
He's
And I don't know what Pochop doing. He probably living off of some woman at this point. So y'all lost now. Y'all don't know what to do because y'all don't. Your main hustle is in jail, and the purse is gone. The purse is gone, and so now
And
y'all on
she
your
ain't giving
own.
up nothing. I mean,
Right.
I mean, obviously they have tried to contact her, and she has gone no contact with most of them.
She
And
should.
Dre, I think he said he ain't even gonna try.
Good,
He
good.
just like,
Stick with your people. Stick with your
yeah.
friends.
He
Right.
just said, I'm just you know, I ain't trying to call her since then. I just leaving well enough alone. And you're right. That's exactly what he should do. She's not trying to open up anything. I think they thought that they can go behind Nesto's back and try to open the lines of communication back up. No.
Ain't nothing. Oh no, she ain't talking to none of them. And Dre really is the only one. Well, he's
Mm,
always complaining about bills. All Nestos. I'm just out here just working and trying to pay
Just pay
bills.
bills. Just pay
But
bills.
but he's the only one that's not saying that things is so hard where he can't make it. Because remember, Dion and Lamont, they broke it and broke, and they crying and complaining all about the economy and how things is high and yeah, the king is down, Miss E. And so the cane is down, the shop is closed. Everybody keeping their legs and their wallets closed when it comes to money. All the money women have, their eyes are open and they know what they, it's all the wool been pulled off of everybody's eyes, and they're seeing what
right,
you guys are doing. And Dre is the only one that's still sustaining. The mother two, they going down. They going down with the cane. They're not in jail with the cane, but they going down with the cane. So now they're gonna have to find them some new women to try to leech off of in
right.
order to try to make it on a day-to-day basis, because it's hard out here for a player. And these two
I agree.
players, yeah, these two players is out. They played out, and they don't have, they don't have any money. They don't have any connections. They don't have, apparently they don't even have the sense enough to even run the scam while the king in
They didn't know
jail.
what it is. That's
They
what
didn't.
Shan
Right.
always say. He never told one person 100% of what he was doing. So a lot of this stuff they're not mentioned in these paperwork because they wasn't around.
Right.
Because when that barbershop closed in 2019, they Dion, I think, was doing his own thing, trying to figure out what he was gonna do. And
Hmm.
Nesto was coming after these women, their money and their assets. I don't know what Pork Chop was doing, but once his storefronts, these brick and mortars and these businesses was closed, they
It was
everybody
over
had to
with.
go for what they knew. And
Right.
that's why they not mentioned. Other than Lamont being mentioned as being Jones and Jones, they weren't around each other.
Right.
It was every man for themselves. And
Yeah.
that's why Dion said when he went down there to talk, to Officer Fields in October, he said that. He said, I was doing my own thing. So she said, well, so you weren't talking to your dad? Not really. Not like that. He didn't have
Yeah.
no more use for Dion. He didn't need Dion to, strut up and down the street. He didn't need Dion to pull nobody from the basement. He had no
Hmm.
use for him at that point. And we got two things. Mudley's boo. Shirley probably that had to tell her friends to start sending her information. I could see how that can become overwhelming, and she will have to do so. And then Georgia Peach in 2024, Dion still had that truck. I'm wondering why Shirley allowed him to keep it. I just think she didn't want to deal with it no more. You know how she is. She don't want to deal with it. She just ignores it.
Yeah. She doesn't. Her nerves get bad. She don't want to. She doesn't even want to. She'd rather not deal with this. I mean, if he can agree to make the payments on it, she's fine with that. Is what it sounds like.
I also think she was kind of, I think she really was fond of him, right? He's,
Mm,
because
mm.
at this point she still, was blind by the father's antics. So I think, she really probably thought she was helping the kid out as well, and he was helping her out because she didn't want to be bothered with the truck. So it was a twofer there, right? Everybody is transactional in these situations. So he kind of, even though he was getting like a little hustle off of it for the time being, like you just said, because she didn't want to deal with it. He was taking it off her hands.
Yeah,
So it wasn't anything she needed back right away. Whether he was making the payments or not, I sincerely doubt it. But
I doubt
but
it too.
but at
And
the end of the
insurance,
day, we
and
don't.
insurance.
Right. You know what I mean? Like to me, she was still, regardless, even if she was still paying the insurance, she was paying on it or whatever. I don't believe that, but I believe like for her, just so that she didn't have to deal with the headache at that time and figuring out where it's gonna go and where could she park it. It just
Yeah.
made more ethical sense for her to let him like kind of like rock out with it. And again, she wasn't the one in that case that was phony with these people. These people were full of crap when it came to her.
Right.
So
I agree.
she
But that's
genuinely was fond of him. So that's why I
But
think she let him keep it as long as he did.
I wouldn't
well,
have let
no,
him.
because she didn't want to deal with it. She just
Right.
and
Hmm.
it was in the shop, and we don't know how long it was in the shop because he had like he didn't want to go back and get it.
He didn't.
Well, that meant paying on it, right? Because
Right.
you're using it for making a business out of it and making money off of it. So you don't want to pick it up. But if she go pick it up, you would have had no problem taking it off her hands.
Mm-hmm.
He's a scammer. I mean, he's a scammer too. He'll pay. He'll take it off. Oh, mom, let me take it off your hand for you. You ain't gotta worry about that shit. I start me a little car wash. I'm gonna start a car wash company for you. I got a water tank. Me and my little girlfriend.
Yeah, my little whoop de woo.
Yeah, me.
Show me how to use the pressure washer.
Yeah, me and
That's
my little whoop de whoop. The painter. She come paint your house for you,
Yeah,
mom.
He talking
horrible
about he ain't
people.
slow. He don't even know how to use a damn pressure washer, but I'ma digress on that.
but his daddy didn't teach him that. So, his
Oh,
daddy
okay, my
taught him
bad.
how to the make coffee.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
His mama taught him how to fry chicken. His daddy taught him how to pass out flyers.
Complicated. Say I'll put him on the
And how to
billboard.
cut
Yes.
grass.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
cut
cut
grass,
grass.
He
cut
said you
grass.
did that. You a genius, daddy.
Yeah, you, yeah,
You a
daddy.
smart
Shit,
motherfucker,
I,
daddy.
you smart. I want to let you. Well, shit. I want to let you know. You innovative.
Well,
So
dad is an innovator. He's an innovator, right, Vic?
Yes.
He's an innovator.
You started so much stuff they doing out here now,
He's an
daddy.
innovator.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I had to put
Hmm.
you on game, player. I had to put you on game, player. In case I'm not around, player. You gonna have to know how to make it, player. You know how your daddy is. You know how your
you
daddy is.
you forget who you talking to. See, I done been there. I got to straighten you out. You ain't been calling enough. So I got to go ahead on and gotta go ahead on and set you straight, man, because you ain't been calling enough. But yeah, you forgot who you is, bro. Folks out here know who you
y'all are
is.
all
Folks ain't
y'all are
smelling
all
what you.
terrible people.
Folks ain't
Yes.
smelling out what you
They were.
doing out there. You don't
This
sound
is
like
Y'all
yourself,
are.
real.
bro.
Well, we know we're some big back black
Time for
bees.
Bell.
Yeah, yeah, the faux bees,
Old biddies. Now she
old
calling us
bees.
old biddies.
Yeah, with
Mm,
a little old small efficient and a half a bathroom. Eating on some Roman
mm.
noodles. That's what we say we are, and Dion too. So we understand that. So we don't understand their world. We don't
In
understand
all
how.
fairness to Dion, he only called us busters. That was
Yeah.
Dion's word for us. He only called us busters. The
Well,
rest
well,
was his daddy and
well,
his side hen.
his daddy said we were some big back black bees. And we don't know them. Them folk don't know
And
nothing.
let's
They don't
not
know
forget
nothing.
Uncle Dre. Uncle Dre said we wasn't his type, because
Yeah, yeah. Even though he got
that
one of us, wait a minute, hold
He
up.
right. If he
Even
think
though
he
he
gonna be getting flown in with some damn concert tickets, you
right,
damn right.
and buying him a dinner and buying him some damn neck bones and shit. So he right. No, yeah, we ain't got nothing that he want. But
I love this whole family. You guys are
As
excellent.
far as my final thoughts, as far as Dre is concerned, no. Yeah, I'm broke. I'm Ernesto. Yes, I am broke. So don't bother looking me up. Yep. Show Liz broke. Show Liz living in a studio, one window. Yep. Show Liz.
You
And,
all of
and
the above,
I ain't
okay?
got nothing for you. I can't do nothing for you, man. You dropped out of a jelly into a jam. So, and I'm not eating on ramen though. I will say that I went to Subway and got those Dorito nachos. Now that is big back activity for my yes, that's big back activity because they are delicious. I'm just saying. I had to I had to break down and spend that little $5 to get them Dorito nachos. But
Mm.
as far as the calls, the two calls go with Ernest and Shirley. I'm just glad she got away because Tanya really thought she was going to dictate how Shirley spent her money,
Mm.
what was going to be spent, how often it
Mm.
was going to be paid, and so did Nesto. Nesto, he had Sonya over there tricking off, trying to trick off with the lawyer. Lawyer wasn't feeling her, and so she got mad, and she has interjected herself in all of his legal relationships, which is why he continues to be stuck and not understanding fully the situation that he's in. He didn't understand that a Rico was coming down. He heard Rico.
Hmm.
He didn't understand the seriousness of it's coming. It's coming. Just like with Young Thug, they had to build up the evidence and get everything together. Um, this is all of this again is all his own doing, his own fault. And
Mhm.
this existential conversation that they had about religion, I'm with Miss Boogie Down. Don't make me have a conversation when I told you I'm uncomfortable with talking about that. Like,
Yeah.
don't. If I told you I'm uncomfortable talking about this or I don't know anything about it and I have no interest or desire to talk about it, don't force me into asking questions. And I can see it just shows more of his psychology and how he
Yes,
manipulates people.
yes, I agree with that.
He'll keep like pushing and pushing until you finally answer the question or you give in to what you want to do because he does the same thing with Shirley. Asks these weird questions even though Shirley is open to the conversation. He just but with Shirley he feels stupid around her, so he didn't want her one up in the conversation. He didn't want her
Mhm.
being the dominant person in the conversation. So I know you said you may come back, but since we've been on here 3 hours. I figure we won't see you until
It ain't
later
gonna be
on this
about
week.
this though. I want to talk about Diddy.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord.
Mm.
I haven't talked
Mm.
about him since the last time I talked about him, and I haven't been to no channels talking about him.
All right.
Mm.
Well, I
Okay.
will see you
Mm.
later. Y'all have a good evening. I may or may not be back for Diddy.
All right. Thank you,
All right,
Miss
Vicky.
B.
All
Bye.
right, Miss Vicky. So
I,
This is too
let me
much.
go
This is too much.
next. So buckwheat. This is a PSA to you, buckwheat. This from the big black. This the big back black bee
Ooh, ooh.
that's
Yes.
living in the efficiency with a half a bathroom. Okay.
Mm.
That don't have to go to work every day because I ain't got no overhead if I'm living in an efficiency and a half a bathroom. My overhead is zero, okay? But
Well.
wow. But at the end of the day, player, king player, it's a darn shame that you don't let this woman sabotage your case, and now
Mm.
you're gonna let her sabotage your soul. So keep on playing with the devil and see where your ass gonna wind up at, okay? You
Mm.
already cooked on this side of the earth, and so I guess you want to go down there with your partner Lucifer and be in some gasoline and have some gasoline draws on, because that's what you're doing when you're asking her about answering questions about the Lord. But you keep up the good work, partner. Keep listening to her because she gonna have you just where you need to be in jail. And when you finish with jail, you going to hell. Okay? Cause so
Woo.
keep listening to her. And that's all I got to say.
Not
I
the
love it.
dirt.
Love it.
Not the dirt. Okay, Miss Boogie Down. I'm gonna get
I'm
y'all
gonna take.
comments when Miss Boogie Down wrap it up.
I'm gonna wrap it up quick. I'm gonna take a different spin. I want to say thank you to Mr. Nesto. I have inherited a wonderful new community in my virtual family. And I thank you for this, okay? I thank you for this. It is a nice community to be a part of. We not scamming and scheming. We just having a good old laugh and a nice little entertain feel at your dumb A expense because you just a dummy. And at the end of the day, all I can say is you're going to keep messing around. You're going to find out. Stop asking this woman who has respectfully at least And she ain't told you the truth about a lot of things, but she
Right.
definitely told you she is not a believer. So the mere fact that you don't already put your whole entire existence in her hand, I guess what could I say? Throw your fate in there too. Shit, you don't already gave it all up to her. So why not throw that in there too? But the little bit of salvation you claim that you're trying to have or whatever have you in these trying days before you really receive whatever your fate is going to be, all I'm going to say is, dude, it's not even a quit while you're ahead. Just quit. Just stop. She don't believe in God. She has no essence of any Bible, Quran, or anything else of religion substance. And therefore, once again, you are making a very bad decision. And I would think with all of the bad decisions that you've made, Mr. Williams, that you will just stop. Just stop. Whatever your instincts tells you to do the damn opposite, because these things that you are doing and coming up with, the way you've played this out for the past damn near 3 years has not worked in your favor. You went from sugar, which would be Miss Shirley Strawberry, to the S word, defecation, feces, whatever you want to call it, sir. And that makes absolutely no sense. Everything that you have bet on putting your fate in this chick's hands has been a bust. You have rolled craps. But dang it, at least, like Maya Angelou said, when people tell you who they are, believe them. She told you she was not a friend of yours who had money, yet you think that she's going to be your savior and bail you out, which I think you finally figured out that ain't happening. Because now she's traveling the world with the RV that y'all promised to each other that y'all were going to do together. She's already starting the trip, which shows me she don't really have too much faith that you getting out anytime soon either. And lastly, if nothing else, our religion, our faith, and our relationship with God is something that is sacred. I take it to be very true. And if you're pretending to think that you are going to have this relationship with God, please stop consulting with somebody who tells you they don't believe in him. She told you who she was. Believe her. And on that note, Lady T-Bug, virtual family, y'all have a good rest of your Sunday. I too, like Vicky, I will definitely just drop in and hit that like button for you, but I don't know if
Thank
I'm
you.
going to be
Oh,
around for
and
that ditty.
it's not gonna be graphic what I'm talking about. It's just
Okay.
you know
Like I
how
said,
I did the last one, like what was something
yeah.
it's gonna be like that.
All
I
right.
can't, I'm a softie. I'm a softie.
Yeah. And
So
I give the
I can't
support,
do
but I
all
just,
that.
that, yeah, it's a lot. I have not been plugging in with a lot of folks when
Hmm.
I feel even worse about listening about him than I do with listening with Sonia. Here and there, I can
I
at
get it.
least get through it, but it's
Yeah,
hard for
it
me
will
with
be.
this
Yeah, you
here.
know how I did the last. It will be that
Yeah,
same vibe. Nothing. We not no videos. No nothing.
gotcha. Well, in that case, I'm definitely open to, if nothing else, just being supportive and hanging out in the chat. But it's been
And
a
then you
pleasure
know
as
how we do. We
always.
start talking about something else.
Right, there we go. There we go. And I'll stick around for that. But as always, it's always a pleasure, sis. I thank you. And again, I thank you, Mr. Williams, for my new virtual family. I love these guys. So I thank you. Okay. Y'all have a good one.
All right. Thank
Take
you,
care.
Miss Boogie Down.
You
Thank
got it,
you,
boo.
Big. Thanks. I said what I said. Okay. I think Dion was hiding that truck up there. Okay. Trying to talk about it was getting worked on and it was up there for 4 months. I see that, Mudleys. Okay. The last time he said anything about it being fixed. That is true. That is true. That is true. Yeah. Oh, so you don't think he even ever took it up there or he got it out before time? My player partner say, "Hey, Miss is beautiful one." Nesto lied to him and told him he had paid 13,000 to fix whatever problem it was, and wanted Dion to go up there and act like the story was true. Okay, because he said he had the warranty for the oil leak. I believe that was for the leak. Allegedly, like, Nesto talked about him real bad for claiming he was going to your detail cars. He said that's beneath him. Well, there ain't no money. Ain't no money in that. He's stupid. About he didn't tell him about no manual labor. which is why I know he didn't show him how to cut no damn grass. Okay, that was for us then. That was for us. No, he didn't show him how to cut grass. He showed him how to crank that lawnmower up. And he probably told him that over the phone, right? Stay out the way, stay out the way, stay out the way. And if you see me on the block, you see me on the block. That's what Nesto said. Are the nachos a good portion, Vicky? I want to try them. Vicky, if you still here, can you give us a review on the nachos? I think he understood, but have more faith in Sonya over his attorney, which is wild to me. And one more, and one break. Dion told him nobody even knew he was gone. And then, the next sentence he claimed everybody was asking where he had been. Well, baby, do they watch the news? In one breath. Oh, one breath. In one breath, he said one thing and then another. He flipped it. You're welcome, Rev. I absolutely do not believe Dion graduated high school. He did. He gives me vibes that he dropped out very early. Okay, do Diddy. I understand. But I'm not getting into the graphics. I don't have transcripts or anything like that. But I do understand. Dre tells Nesto, look, I'm broke. I'm in the woods. I ain't got nothing for you. Dre said, I got shit to do. My basement flooded. I fell down the stairs. I got chiropractic appointments, physical therapy. I can't help you. Nesto and his crew are trash, period. Birds of a feather. This has been a great interchange between all the ladies. Thank you, Mutleys. I'm wondering how the communication is going to go after he finds out about SA charges not being filed. Yeah, but I think he purposely not saying nothing on those messages, Georgia Peach. The audacity to be calling other people busted and broke while sitting in jail unable to bond out. It's that for me. Like, you at the lowest. Even if I am broke, I'm free. Jail then hell. Yeah, my sis said he going from jail to hell. That fool absolutely thought she was in charge of somebody's pocketbook. And did. Plus, he put the idea in her head to try to trick Shirley out of the money, right? Talking about she won't give me any money, but she'll give it to you. That's true. Nesto liked to play dumb on the phone. He always knew when they mentioned Rico and he wasn't able to bond out. He knew it was serious, right? He just liked to play dumb and act like he didn't know. Well, he thought that God was going to give him a pass, okay? He said sometimes he got a pass, sometimes he didn't. Thank you again, Rev. Good show. It's the choir going to close out with, oh, yes, we need the choir. Yes, I got you. Mid story is getting back what he gave Shirley through Sonya. And we don't care. We love that for him, right? That's why I see Miss Boogie now. I'm too weak. Yeah, now y'all know Lady T-Bug is weaker than weak. We are not getting into those details. Nesto is getting back everything you have done to Shirley through Sonya. So suck it up, Buttercup. Hey, 14 plus 1. Hey, Creeper. I said what I said. Ooh, we scammer, right? Where is he need to be? We got to have one more selection from the choir. Thanks for reminding me. And then we're going to get up off of here. I'm going to try to come back around 8:15.
Jesus, be a fence round my edges every day.
You gotta trust God to protect you.
Jesus, I want you to protect my edges as I grab these sprays.
You know he can.
Yes, Lord.
You know he will.
Yes, Lord.
Protect your edges.
Yes, Lord.
If you keep still.
Yes, Lord. Lord, be a fence all around my edges.
Hallelujah. Good night, y'all. Probably around 8:15. And it's going to be real high level. No details, just high level. All right, good night. Well, not good night. I'll see y'all later.